you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. 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 Tell me 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 what you want. 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 Tell me 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 what you want. 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 Tell me 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 what you want.
ครับเพื่อนๆสวัสดีครับสวัสดีมาเพื่อนๆสวัสดีนะครับเพื่อนๆ
Don't forget when the match kicks off, you can sit back
สวัส
and
ดี
enjoy
นะครับ
superb
เพื่อน
independent
ๆ
studio
ใครเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์
while
ฝาก
also
กดติดตามให้
enjoying
ด้วย
our in-play betting
มาครับ
opportunities.
ก็ตอนนี้แหละนะครับเปิดบ้านต้อนรับการมาเยือนของเซนอลนะเพื่อน
Our next
ก็
football
อาร์เซนอล
commentary
นะครับ
match
ไม่
is
ชนะ
getting
มา
ever
แล้ว
nearer,
นะ
so why
10
not
กว่าแม
take
ตช์
the
นะ
opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun
ประมาณ
to be
เพื่อนเดี๋ยวเรามาดู
involved.
11 รายชื่อผู้เล่น
Don't
ตัวจริง
forget
ก่อน
when the
นะ
match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb
นะครับเพื่อนๆก็ซันเดอร์แลนด์นะครับมาในแผน5-4-1 นะ ตัวหลักๆอย่างชาก้าอย่างเงี้ยเพื่อนตาวเล่แล้วก็อิสอินดอร์นะครับก็ลงหมดนะส่วนอาร์เซนอลนะมาในแผน4-2-3-1 นะประตูเป็นเดวิดลายาคู่เซนเตอร์เป็นซาลิบากับกาเบียลแบ็กซ้ายวันนี้ใช้คาราฟิโอลี่แบ็กขวาใช้ยูเลียนทิมเบอร์กองกลาง2 คนนะครับชูเบนเบนดี้กับเดคแคนไลท์นะตัวลุกนะครับบุกโยซาก้าเอเซ่ทอสซาแล้วก็หน้าเป้าวันนี้ใช้มิเกลโมลิโนนะมาเดี๋ยวเรามาดูเพื่อนๆเดี๋ยวเรามาดูกันว่าคู่นี้จะจบอย่างไรนะครับเพื่อนๆเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วยนะ
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result,
ตอนนี้อยู่ที่1นะเพื่อน
the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market.
อาร์เซนอลนะครับอยู่ที่1นะแข่งไป10 นัดนะครับชนะ8เสมอ1แล้วก็แพ้1นะครับสำหรับอาร์เซนอลของเราที่2นะเป็นซิตี้นะครับเพื่อนแข่ง6ชนะ1แพ้3นะแล้วก็พรุ่งนี้ด้วยครับแมนซิตี้เจอกับลิเวอร์พูลเดี๋ยวรอดูว่าจะจบอย่างไรคู่แรกมันมากนะเพื่อนสเปอร์กับแมนยูนะครับเสมอกันไป2-2แต่พูดถึงสนามของซันเดอร์แลนด์ก็บรรจุคนได้เยอะเหมือนนั้นเพื่อน 49,000 คนเลยอ่ะสนามใหญ่เหมือนกันแค่ถามว่าจิมมี่สเตเดียมออฟไลท์ ครับเพื่อนคู่อื่นๆนะครับเพื่อนๆเอเวอร์ตันชนะฟูลแลม 2-0 เวสต์แฮมชนะเบอร์นลี่ 3-2 วันนี้ก็เหลือ2คู่ซันเดอร์แลนด์เจออาร์เซนอลแล้วก็เชลซีเจอวูฟแฮมป์ตัน วูฟแฮมป์ตันนี่อยู่ที่โหลเลยเพื่อนมาลอง
Bertrand Traore in the midfield and Wilson Isidore up top. Plenty of changes as drive for Arsenal as they have some injury woes themselves. David Raya in goal, Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba and Timber. Midfield three of Rice, Zubamendi and Eze. Trossard is left. Top in the false number 9 is Mikel Merino. Kickoffs at 5:30. You're bringing it live. Matchday 11 in the Premier League continues with Sunderland welcoming Arsenal to the stadium alive. Sunderland not tasting defeat this season at home, come up against their toughest test yet. An Arsenal side that have kept a clean sheet in the last 10 and are unbeaten in 13 games. It's a stellar record, it has to be said. Sunderland, they remain unchanged from their 1-1 draw on Monday against the Toffees. Roefs in goal, Mukiel Ballard and Gertruder at the back, Renilda at left wing back, Trey Hume at right wing back, Xhaka, Lefay, Siddiqui and Bertrand Traore in the midfield and Wilson Isidore up top. Plenty of changes as drive for Arsenal as they have some injury woes themselves. David Raya in goal, Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba and Timber. Midfield three of Rice, Zubamendi and Eze. Trossard is left. Saka. Good evening and welcome along. It's Sunderland welcoming Arsenal to the stadium alive. One of the picks.
ชาก้ากลับมาเจอทีมเก่าเว้ย
Matchday 11 in the Premier League get underway hot and heavy at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and we're continuing into the 5:30s as informed Sunderland unbeaten at home. Sunderland welcoming a stellar record of Arsenal, 8 clean sheets in a row. It started a 2-1 win away at Newcastle, and after that, that's where it started. They've won the last 10 in all comps, and they're unbeaten in 13 are Arsenal, so no slouches. But they do have some injuries this afternoon that keeps them honest, and Sunderland will look to exploit that. They're unchanged from the game on Monday against the Toffees in that 1-1 draw. It's Roefs in goal, Mukiel, Ballard, Gertruder and Renilda. Siddiqui, Xhaka, Lefay and Bertrand Traore in the midfield and up top of course Frenchman Wilson Isidore. For Arsenal, it's Raya in goal who's just taken a chance at the back.
ปีนี้ไม่ได้แพ้ใครเลยนะเพื่อนซันเดอร์แลนด์เนี่ยไปแล้วซันเดอร์แลนด์ไป
to the right, second up top in the false 9 is Mikel Merino. There's going to be a long throw in from Nordi Mukiel, the former PSG man, to take this. He does have a very long throw on, a minute and a half into this unofficial off-tube studio commentary. We're watching it on our screens from the Stadium of Light. The ball went out just shy of the edge of the Arsenal box. There's a break in play. Craig Pawson, the man in the middle, is going over to talk to someone. He's collecting a fresh flag because in a minute into this game, we've already got issues with the officials on the far side. Craig Pawson's doing the heavy lifting. We've got a break in the flag within a minute, can you believe? It's a replacement of the flag. So in this break, I'm bringing my co-comments who I'm alongside this evening. Nathan Mostel, my name is. Alongside me is Lewis Raftery.
ใจเย็นนะใจเย็นโอ้ซันเดอร์แลนด์แม่งน่ากลัวเพื่อนซันเดอร์แลนด์อะ
I think it is. Sunderland, of course, really exceeding all expectations out there as Arsenal just going from strength to strength for the moment. But I said finally, in comes this long throw.
Long throw to the front post, heads go up, heads go to the edge of the box. Saka battling it up in the air as well. It's on the edge of the box, bit of a melee. Rice battling away. Timber's going to have the chance to clear it. He's taking too long on it as well. Unbelievable recovery though from Yuri and Timber. Running to danger. The stadium light is rocking, and Sunderland are answering that rock. And Timber has it right in the corner. He's missed out actually. Sunderland kick from right to left as we see it in their red and white, as we know to have red socks, black shorts, and Arsenal are in an all navy kit with a red trim this afternoon with their third kit. Nordi Mukiel's moved to the near side this time, so it's a wave of the Black Cats as they purr towards goal. Defending that box is Arsenal. An incredible stellar record, 8 clean sheets in a row. It takes a special team to be able to do that. Nordi
ไป
Mukiel to the front post it goes, trying to be flicked on. It goes to the edge of the box. Rice has taken it down well. He's going to lead
ไป
the
เล
charge.
ย
In front of him,
ไป
he's
แล้ว
going
ทุ่มแล้ว
sideways to
ทุ่มแล้ว
Trossard. Flicks it forward to
ม
Rice
งไป
over
ก่อน
on
ซา
the
ก้า
far side. He's stood up by Gertruda, and he's going all the way backwards this
Rồi.
time. And he's forced backwards by the team in red and white.
นี่อ่ะทิมเบอร์
Arsenal can
เอ้า
just take
เฮีย
a
แล้วไง
break because it's been a
ไป
hot,
แล้ว
heavy start from the Black Caps.
It has.
ไป
Again, as you said, just putting them under pressure. I think, of course, you spoke about the great clean sheets
เออ
they have, but
จริงไงฟุก
it almost is
ในสนามสุพัฒนาใส่บานเลยบ้าวันนี้
Arsenal. They've done so well, but they're just injuries are just tallying up out there. As you've already spoke about, some Gyökeres, Odegaard, Martinelli, Jesus is out for a long time as well. Miguel Moreno, as you said, leading the line, 9 goals in his last 17 appearances for club and country. It's a great record, but I think Gyökeres, when he was leading the line, he almost brought the best out of the other players because you were so focused on him as a goal scorer. I look at the defence in the midfield. That is still an amazing middle three and back four. It's just that forward three. Yes, Saka's world class. Trossard and Marino, you just see it bring down. But again, they're on such a good run that it's got to come to an end at one point. Maybe it's just now just before the international break. Maybe Sunderland can almost catch Arsenal at a good time, even though they're in a great run of form.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the other, there's the international break next week, and on the other side of the
Gabriel.
bridge, they have the North London
Saliba.
derby at the Emirates, and then they host Bayern Munich, high-flying midweek, and then they go away to Stamford Bridge. So a welcome 2-week break, not for a lot of the
ส
players,
ว
of
ย
course,
ไป
who
มิเกล
represent
เวโร
their
ไป
country. A chance for Arteta just to rest his
okay.
players and get some recovery in the legs as Rice is going to put a long throw in from the near side, headed back the way it came. Rice has it right hand side of the box, under hit, cross, not very good by that man who will represent England, of course, in the qualifying rounds. Of course, England already qualified for the World Cup. Rice has a battle against Isidore, who's lost out. Isidore's going over the top, he's going early, right, it's going to come. Well done, Calafiori just goaded his man off the ball in Bertrand Traore, and it's back to Raya. It's an open game, and it's end-to-end, that's for sure.
Oh, it really is. And that's the problem, that pass from Isidore into Traore, yes, it's overhit, as you said, but when you've got a goalkeeper like David Raya, he's got to be on the money almost, because he's going to come out and sniff at any opportunity he wants. Lovely ball to Trossard into Calafiori. Here come the Gunners.
Left-hand side, back to the edge of the box to Eze. Don't give him space, edge of the box. He's been closed down by Granit Xhaka, of course, goal scorer in midweek.
พูดถึงซันเดอร์แลนด์นี่มันก็แน่นอนเด่นกันนะ
Ball's going to come in. Lost
Phải
a
đó.
lead one. Moreno went for the header. It's a brilliant defensive header from Danny Ballard. Looks like Moreno's down. Play will stop Craig Pawson, as it looked like it may have just been a head-on-head, maybe a shoulder to the head, but either way, it's a head injury. Medic comes on. I will credit the cross and the dart to the front post by Marino. Fills in very well at the false nine, but that is sensational defending by Ballard. Match.
Fantastic defender, isn't it? Going up
ส
his
วย
two big
ไปแล้ว
strong.
ซันเดอร์แลนด์
Takes
โอ
a
เค
bit of
ไม่
an
มีไร
elbow, doesn't he,
เออ
unfortunately?
เอาเลย
Maybe even a scrape of the studs as he goes down, unfortunately. It's one of them where Ballard, he does outstretch his elbow and he does elbow Marino in the temple, but it's all, as we know, to go for the header. It's nothing malicious. He hasn't looked at him and elbowed him for no reason. He has taken a whack there as the Spaniard, but again, yes, Marino's great with his head. As you said, it was great movement, spot on from the Spaniard. He looks to be in some pain as well, unfortunately, does the Arsenal number 23. But if you're going to put balls into the box, usually against Dan Ballard, you will come out second best.
Yeah, big lad. Being at
เปิด
Sunderland.
เข้าไปอีอ่ะ
And of course, represented them in the Championship coming up and representing them in the highest level as well. But as we talk, Marino is still on the floor in the 6-yard box, being straightened out by the medic. And we've got a break in play, which will just eat
เป็นไรวะ
into the
เมริโน่
minutes.
เป็นไรวะ
As Arteta has a word with his team. It's just
เอ้า
a
เฮียเวลาไม่ขึ้น
quick break in play. Now, as we had a quick tempoed
ขอ
start,
ให้เวลาไม่ขึ้น
Sunderland will want. The great thing about Arsenal and the way they play is they win ugly as well. They can win fancily, but they can also win the ugly matches, which separates the good from the great. It's the point of the elbow into the right-hand temple. That's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. Arteta is making the point to the fourth official, and yeah, he's going to be in a lot of pain. Justified.
Oh, it's one of them where I can see where Mikel Arteta's coming from, but if you think there's anything malicious about the elbow from Ballard, you just got to watch your back. If he looked at Marino on the run and he's then elbowing him, yeah, I get it. But he's got all eyes on the ball. He's jumped up for it. And as you said, it's going to be an uncomfortable, it's an unfortunate one as well. But are you trying to say now we can't put our elbows out to jump up and win headers. Like, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? It's really unfortunate. Yeah, Xhaka though, basically first in everything for Sunderland. He's been Mr. Sunderland, hasn't he, since coming in, the former Gunners man. And I know he was only out of the Premier League 2 years, but it looks like a different player since coming back to the Premier League, a more mature version for the Swiss midfield.
Yeah, Jules, chances created, tackles, passes, assists, you name it. He's top of it. I mean, it was an incredible snatch for Sunderland in the summer from Bayer Leverkusen. Bundesliga champions, and he's come back to the Premier League. All eyes on him, facing his former side, of course. Spent many a year at Arsenal before dipping out to the Bundesliga.
เลือดเลยเหรอ
7 years he was at Arsenal, 7 seasons. He was a fantastic servant for the Gunners. He's still down. There's still no action in front of us as we can see it. It's been nearly 4 minutes already. It's a big break in play. You just get the question of why couldn't they remove him from the pitch to carry on the medical treatment. He's sat up, so he's able to move from the pitch. It's just a big break in play that's not necessarily needed.
Maybe 5-6 minutes now or so. We're approaching 10 minutes on the clock. Of course, this is what Arteta won't want. Looking at just quickly the substitutions, you've got as attacking options and Wanyeri, Dauman, and there's a youngster, Harriman and Oos on there. I mean, obviously you've got the opportunity, maybe you could move Eze into that false 9 and bring a midfielder on. That's a possibility. Marino is back to his feet. Of course, it's more of the concussion, isn't it? It's all about a player will want to stay on. Sometimes it takes that medical staff saying, no, you're not fit to play, we've got to take you off. And then there's a battle that Marino will say, I'm good to go, when you could make a concussion substitution, but he might not be good to go, and then you unfortunately have to lose that substitution and use a normal.
Yeah, it's the names you mentioned. There's no striker on the bench. There's no striker. Vicky Gyökeres is out with a hamstring injury. Gabriel Jesus is out for the foreseeable, out for a while.
มิเกล ลิโน่เลือดไหลวะ
So there's no striker option on the bench. Maybe Trossard going into that false 9 and moving Max Dauman to the wing or vice versa. But he looks like he's going to be okay. 10 minutes gone. About 4 minutes played, I'd say, in this game. Sunderland 0, Arsenal 0. Unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary in the Premier League. In the 5:30, I'd say the tea time kickoff. There's also a supper kickoff at 8 o'clock, shall we say, a supper kickoff of Chelsea welcoming managerless Wolves. They've got a strong task on their hands this evening. But talks of Rob Edwards, current Middlesbrough manager, will call him, cancel his press conference, not in the dugout this evening. He looks like he's making the trip over to Wolves to get back to the Premier League.
มาเพื่อน
where he
ดูกัน
was
ต่อ
managing Luton
มิ
Town.
เกล ลิโน่
The
เจ็บ
game
ไป
is back underway, and
มิเกล ลิโน่เจ็บ
Sunderland quickly have themselves a free kick halfway inside their own half. Won by Xhaka, the skipper. So
มาครับ
important to Sunderland if
ซาลิบา
they want any success in this campaign, which they are definitely
เอเซ่
you'd have to say it's a lot of it is his responsibility. He's been absolutely fantastic. Sunderland currently now, of course, that if they were to get a point, they would go third. He's that they fourth. You don't fall upwards in the Premier League. You don't fall up into fourth position. And that's credit to Sunderland offside
กา
against
เบียล
them.
ครับ
But that's a tip of the cap of the way they played, and they've come up against some big names.
Oh, they have, and they've been really impressive as well. As you say, if they were fourth in the table in the middle of September after 4 games, you sit and go, okay,
Calm down.
Yeah, exactly. Take a breather. Then you'll be there in October and November. It's exactly what they're doing. Again, I think the thing is you see a lot of times against teams, against Arsenal, if you're Sunderland, you shouldn't be even with a sniff of anything. You should be thinking, right, can I beat the teams in and around me? Leeds United, West Ham, they're the games I need to win. Against Arsenal, it's almost a free shot to a degree, but because of how well they started the season, there's a bit more expectation. Here come the Gunners though.
Timber, near side, 25 yards up from goal, checks backwards to
ซาก้า
Murray.
แม่ง
Come back on the
พูด
field.
ถึงเล่นดีจริงนะเพื่อน
Shaking off that heavy knock to the head in the centre circle of the Sunderland path with Eze. He's going to dink it forward, looking over the tops. Evaded everyone. It's a poor pass. And through it goes to Roef, who's just taken it on the chest and played it forward early. Tells you everything you need to know of the game that Sunderland are playing. Reinildo's taken a slip. And they've still got it near side, up against Eze. He's under some pressure here. Siddiqui needs to be careful. He's only running backwards and then kicked it out. He's only kicked it as far as Zubamendi, the former Sociedad man. Fed it through to the near side to Eze. Inside the box, ball goes in. Danny Ballard's there. and cleared out. Timber, what you will always get for Sunderland tonight is bodies back, that's for sure, protecting that goal. There's always going to be numbers behind the ball for them. It's all up to Arsenal to try and break through that. Saliba, it's Gabriel bang in the centre of the Sunderland half, 13 played, 0-0. Calafiore, the Italian, it's just feeding it back side to side at the minute through the back, looking for an opening, and they're not getting it. Sunderland sitting in deep. It's over to the far side for the Gunners. Check back on the right foot for Trossard. Thought about the right-footed cross, gone for a left-footed cross, hit the first man. Probably better off going with a stronger right. Gabriel's gone down. He's going to get a free kick, and that is a very dangerous position.
It's an opportunity, isn't it, for Arsenal? Again, they're just set-piece extraordinaires, aren't they, to a degree? So you got to look at it and go, if it's a free kick, if it's a corner, no matter what it is, you're going to have an opportunity. I will say as well, I feel a bit for Isidore there because it is a little bit reckless, but he's got his all eyes on the ball. He's doing a great. Gabriel throws his body into him, doesn't he? So I can see why the referees give it, but I also don't think it's a foul, and I think it's quite soft.
I don't think that there's anything in that. Isidore's fuming, the Frenchman, and I think Craig Pawson's made the wrong decision there. I don't think he's touched him. Xhaka pushes him away. He's the man in charge. With the armband round his bicep, he's the one that's allowed to talk to the man in the middle, Craig Pawson. But they've got a free kick to defend nonetheless. It's to the left-hand side. I'd say about 25 yards out from goal. Very similar to where Declan Rice got them 2 free kicks against Real Madrid in the Champions League. He's definitely picked up his game in sort of the free kick department, Declan Rice, that's for sure. It's a cliche to say this will take something special. Every free kick takes something special to score from, but my word, if this hits the back of the net, we're in for something special. Declan Rice puts the ball on the turf, everyone walks away. It'd be silly not to go for goal in this scenario. Quarter of an hour gone, we're waiting on the first big chance. Roeth's very central in this goal. There's almost a 5-man wall with a bit of a split in the middle of it. There's a 4-man wall for Arsenal in front of the Sunderland wall to block the view. Defensive line on the edge of their own box. Declan Rice is going to go for goal. He goes for it as well. It dips. Roeth, good save to his left. Knuckle punches it. Too hot to handle. It was dipping violently. It's gone out for a throw on the near side. You should expect to save that. But again, what I think Arsenal are almost doing is trying to put those bodies in front of the Sunderland goalkeeper to make his vision a bit more that he can't see that you're going to see it last second. And sometimes just the goalkeeper's going to move his way to the right-hand side there, isn't he? So maybe they're thinking, if you see that the last second, you've already gone to the right. You might not be able to get back to your left-hand side, but Rice will throw a long throw in here now. It's going to come to the front post. It's flicked on as well dangerously. Ballard's cleared it. It's come out to the near side. Rice will collect it once again. A bit further back this time. May just go short. Thought about it. He's going to leave it for Timber this time. And regroup and recalibrate Will Sunderland. Very sloppy in the first half at the Stadium of Light on Monday with Sunderland way off the pace. Everton, I don't want to say dominated, but there was very much the better team. Came to life, did Sunderland in the second half. Can't be the case this evening. They need to make the strong start. 100%. You can't give the Gunners anything, can you? If you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Quite depleted, but a depleted Arsenal is still a strong Premier League team, of course, isn't it? And you're right, for all the plaudits want to give Sunderland, look, at the end of the day, they're still a quote-unquote relegation battle inside. So you need to make sure that you're switched on, you're alert for everything that's going to happen. You can't give them anything. Saka there, for example, he takes a touch, can't even get anything, can he? Because they're straight onto him in Siddiqui. Well, so he covered the game Monday night, as he said, you saw it. Siddiqui nearly lost his head several times. I'm also, if I'm Arsenal, that's maybe a player you can target. Yeah, winning ugly, and that's the part of the department they'll be maybe looking at. There's a hush around the ground, every Premier League football fan with a murmur as Arsenal gear themselves up for a corner by far and large. 17th in open play goals this season, and they rely heavily on corners. They're brilliant at set pieces and converting them. Corner on the near side. First of the game is Saka. He's going short to the edge of the box to Eze. He's going to play it along he's not close down to right edge of the box. Snapshot's a bad one. He's in a bad position, and that definitely goes under the waste department. Yeah, it's one of them as well where Arsenal are almost, they're going to swing it in. I do understand going for the short corner. I just don't understand it when there's no idea. You see some teams take a short corner. So Newcastle, for example, last year where they had runners to they had the player and then they had a runner. And so you can see, right, we're trying to do something here. Instead, Arsenal do take it short and almost go, Rice on the edge of there, he plays him. So you lose your momentum, don't you? Whereas
if there was a runner and then it played into Rice, you look and go, okay, there was a reason he took it short. Whereas that was pretty poor for Arsenal, again, because we know how good they can be from set pieces.
I mean, Gabriel is in the box, Saliba's in the box. We've seen a stat come up on our broadcast of he's won the most headers out of anyone in the Premier League this season. It's a shame that they don't just put the ball into the box, but they're in control, Arsenal, of the ball. I mean, that is, even as the away side, we would predict that, especially coming to the Stadium of Light. But just shy of 20 minutes on the clock, it remains 0-0, and any big chance has not yet come. They're still looking for it both sides. Yet to find a flow in this game, not because of a big injury to Mikel Merino, who's fine now, and also some niggly little fouls here and there. Stop the flow of this game. Sunderland want the flow, Arsenal probably don't, the way they want to play. The ball's just inside the Sunderland half with Danny Ballard centrally, halfway inside his own half, the number 5. Thought about the long ball, he's gone to the far side this time. They can just keep hold of it. Trey Hughes.
เฮ้ยโอ้โหไอ้สัตว์
Back to
ล้ม
Rowe's
ไป
in goal. Left foot kick out, he's going to slice it to the near side. It's a very good kick, and Reinildo takes it down the former Atletico Madrid man. It's actually come off him. It should be an Arsenal throw-in on the near side. He had a bit of a guilty facial expression, but just about got away with that one. I feel there's been a couple of wrong decisions in this game so far.
Yeah,
What about you?
Tell by Mikel Arteta's facial reaction.
I mean, he had the best view, didn't he?
Yes, I think you're right. I think this has been, for example, the free kick that Declan Rice took. I don't think that was a foul. I think you're right there. That looked like he took. Reinildo didn't know, but it looked like he took a touch off his left thigh more than anything, and then bobbled out of play. So, okay, again, maybe that's just tit for tat. Right, shouldn't be a free kick. As you always say, things work itself out through the season. Might have been one of them. And right now, the game's being played right in the middle of the field, isn't it? Someone coming forward now, though.
Right hand side, Bertrand Traore inside the box. Oh, he slipped at the wrong moment. Just when it looked like they were getting in on goal, he's hit the deck. A couple of players slipped tonight in a red and white shirt. And Declan Rice going to carry it forward very well, moves it inside, put Trossard in trouble. It's going to be a Sunderland, it's going to be an Arsenal throw on the far side.
อ๋อเพื่อนๆอาร์เซนอลก็มีโอกาสยิงไม่กี่ครั้งเองนะ
Because they've waited so long to
ค
get
รับ
in
ซัน
that
เดอร์แลน
final
ด์ไป
third. When that
ซัน
ball
เดอร์แลน
lands
ด์
to the right hand side of the
โอ
box,
เค
Bertrand
ได้อยู่
Traore, he's either shot or it's either going to be a shot or a cross, but he's in a great position.
100%. And again, not many teams get in those positions against Arsenal. So you've almost got to think, I don't know if even Traore was a little bit like, oh my goodness, I want to, oh, I slipped. And he almost just was a little bit too much in his own head, unfortunately, for that. So we'll have to wait and see how that does go. But again, it was an opportunity, it was a chance. So
ซันเดอร์แลนด์นี่ก็ไม่ธรรมดาเหมือนกันนะเพื่อน
it's just one of them
แต่วัน
where
นี้อาร์เซนอลเราต้องชนะให้ได้
we might not get that again, and we've almost wasted it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing tonight.
เฮ้ยชิบหายแล้วไง
Someone get them rare pieces of attacking and good opportunities. It has to be taken, and it's one that goes to beg. It's a shame though, he didn't waste it. It's just he's lost his footing right at the last minute. I mean, there is question marks about the sprinklers in Premier League stadiums. They walk the pitch so hard, especially just before kick-off, and then people hit the deck every 5 minutes. It's Arsenal who are coming forward with Eze centrally in his luminous green boots, moves it 10 yards left to right. He's going to swift it out to Trossard, far side. Belgian thought about the right-footed cross, and again, he's picking his options, just going to go backwards, trying to kill the game at every occasion. Arsenal use it at their pace, where Sunderland wanted it 90 miles an hour. Saka near side, have a run at Reinildo. There's Timber inside, thought about the ball back to Saka. He's going to get it down the line. It's a poor ball down the line and picked off by Sunderland. And that's going to be a chance to move out. Geertrude moves it to the near side, the former Leipzig man. Reinildo left of the box and all the way back to Roes in his 6-yard box, and he'll go over to Ballard, right-hand side of his own box. Carry the ball forward. He's got Eze for company. He's going to put it forward. It's a poor ball. And he's coming right back to them. Over the top it goes. Roes come out early. Jacques is shepherding it back. And it's into his hands. And I can't believe I'm saying this already, but we did have that very big break for the injury. But it has flown by, it has to be said. We're halfway through the first half. So Rafa, I'm going to pass it over to you, mate. Take us through half time.
Yeah, cheers, Dave. Like you said, we're probably in for what a good already 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time because of that stoppage. So, like you say, to say we're halfway through, I think we're yet to get it going because of the stoppages, aren't we? To a degree, we're still waiting on things to happen and get going. Of course, there was that moment of almost to a degree with Traore
มาซาก้า
coming forward a few moments on the right-hand side. The defensive record of Sunderland this season, we know Arsenal are impressive, but 8 goals conceded for the Black Cats, that ranks them second in the Premier League. So they're a really good defensive side themselves. So Arsenal, they will be up against it, and as I already spoke about, quite a depleted squad. They're going to come forward with Calafiore. Further wide on the left-hand side with Declan Rice.
เอาสวยไปโมลิโน่
Take on
โอ้
his man,
โห
but always doubling up the wingers.
จ่ายไปไหนของมึงวะ
Swings one into the area, headed away by Ballard. Said it earlier, but that's a poor pass. Eze, edge of the area with a curler on his weak foot. Wide of the mark there. That nearly was an unfortunate one for Sunderland, trying to clear their lines. Enzo Lafite, unfortunately, almost just played it back into Eze there. Just tried to clear his lines. There's a heavy touch of his chest. Tries to play it into Siddiqui. It would have been a lovely assist for Eze. Trying to curl it. He curled. Well, first of all, he's over the bar. He's leaning back. It's a bit more of a stab in the dark, a strike, if you will. But if that was on target, he's going to curl straight into Robin Roof's arms.
Yeah, I think it's the wrong option. I could see he's seen the gap. It's on his weaker left. I think he had options to try and move it on. Saw his name in light. Sunderland, though, playing out from the back, that is criminal. You can't be doing that against Arsenal. The face ball was atrocious, to be frank. It wasn't good at all, and it nearly played them into danger. Isidor's done exceptionally well on this near side.
Yeah, he's kept this attack alive. Sunderland as well, still on the ball. Reynilda back to Gertrude.
Out right, but
Mukiele on the right, Ballard on the centre.
เอาเอเซ่ยิงโอ้โห
Already said. We'll see about that
ห้าม
cross
ทัน
into the area. I don't mind it. You have got Marino and options up there, but when you've got Dan Ballard in there, I don't think crossing is going to be your best friend for Arsenal this evening. Gertrude 1-2 to himself and Lefty. Back to the Sunderland central defence. Of course, he can play a good amount of positions. Can Gertrude though? He can play at wing back on either side. Can probably play as a defensive midfielder. Definitely can play as a central midfielder. So a real great option for you to have if you are Sunderland. Back to Roofs. Looks to go long into Reynildo. He's headed down, but Siddiqui will come away with the second ball. But Greg Parsons give away the foul against Reynildo on Timber. Can't really see what he did wrong there. The wing back. There's a long ball forward. They're both going up for the ball. There's a collision, and again, so Reynildo doesn't shoulder Timber to ground, because of how he jumps and how Timber jumps straight up, there's a collision and he puts Timber on his backside. So there is a collision, but Reynildo's always looking at the ball, and there's nothing he can do about it unless you want him to just not go for the ball and Timber come away with it.
I think people forget, and especially referees forget, it's a contact sport. This is what happens. Two players jump up for a header, they're going to touch. That's the laws of physics. Like, they're going to make contact. It's not a foul, and I think Craig Parsons had a really poor start to the game. Needs to get a foothold on it, because it's a big game as well for both sides.
It is. Enzo Lafite there, poor pass looking for Isidore. The problem there as well for me is, even if Isidore makes that run, David Raya's always going to come out of his goal there. If he's a goalkeeper that's to stick on his line, I feel he can play those passes in behind the defensive line. Raya is almost another centre-back in terms of how he gets out there. He's on the ball now, inside his own penalty area, asking for players to drop deeper so he can put a pass and put a system together. Gabriel's just going to forget about that and he's going to lump it long. That's a poor touch from Mukiele, gets away with it. That's a good tackle by Marino, and forward come Arsenal with Saka. Down the right-hand side, great tackle from Lafite. Timber, does he foul him there? I think he did. Timber, he's not going to be happy with that, but again, it's nothing malicious, but he does almost unintentionally leave one in on the Sunderland player.
Yeah, it's that football karma you were talking about. Oh, he's gone over the ball and trod it on his toe. Yeah, it's a nasty one. Yeah, it's absolutely a foul. It's that football karma. Shouldn't have been a free kick moment ago. Now they've got one. Oh my, that's going to be in the northeast of Sunderland on a cold November night. That's going to hurt as he got trodden on. It's definitely a foul. I don't know if Arteta's got anything to complain about. If anything, he's quite lucky not to get a yellow card.
100%, I'd agree with that. I think my thing as well is, what always makes me chuckle about things like that is, if that happened, let's just say that was Lafite on Timber, Arteta would have been on the pitch almost asking for a yellow card, because he'd have seen that and gone, that is unfortunately a sore one. Again, nothing malicious, but it is a foul, as you say, and quite lucky to escape a yellow card. I'd have to agree with that. Roofs will take and fakes a few times.
ไปแล้วไปซาก้า
We'll try to fake Arsenal a little bit further back.
โอ้สวย
Take
โอ้
a
โห
little
ฟาว
The goalkeeper goes on.
ฟาวเลยวะ
That'll be a battle between himself and either Saliba or Gabriel. All leaving
ฟาว
one.
อะไรไว้เฮีย
And Teniso can bring the ball
เอา
down on the surface, and now
เอาเหอะ
Siddiqui over cheeky little back heel over the defence. For a ball in behind, really frantic in the middle of the field at the moment.
อ๋อฟาวโอเคไปเหยียบเขาก็ฟาวอยู่แล้ว
And a cute angle goes for a striker goal, drags it too wide. very acute angle, really hard to get a strike on goal. Probably puts a little bit too much through it and he drives it wide, but that was a really good chance in behind the defence there. That was a lovely pass into the French forward. As I say, we're getting a little bit frantic. It's a poor touch from Timber, knocks it into Siddiqui, first time pass as well. My only question would be, do you think he could have held it up? Do you think he should have just said, right, I know it's straight at the goalkeeper, can I hit as hard as I can and go to the goalkeeper? Do you think that was his best option, or maybe he should have done something else?
I'm trying to look at his body language on the replay, whether he's just trying to put it across the face of goal and hope that anyone's there. He didn't look, so maybe he was just hoping that someone was going to gamble in there. There was someone at the back post arriving late in Bertrand Traore, but he was not getting there. Two men down once again. I think Yuri and Timber's one of them. There's a man down in red and white as well. I think it's Trey Hume. I'm not sure. It might be Lafay. I'm not sure either on that one, but two men down, so we'll have another stoppage in play. But for me, he just looks so hungry, Wilson Isidore. Gets the right side or the wrong side of the defender, as they call it. Any touch and he's down on the deck. And it's a penalty. So there's no touch, he backs off. Left foot across goal, it's very difficult to do, it is. I don't know whether he's trying to go for goal across goal, and if he misplaces it and puts it across goal that someone taps home, then golden, and it's in the back of the net. But I don't mind it. There's a rare opening on goal and he shoots. I don't mind that. I'll have no arguments against that. We've got another break in play. We just really can't get going at the minute, can we? As Yuri and Timbers holding his eye. I didn't see it. I'm not sure what happened. I thought there was a break in play, but it looks like Timbers got a bit of bodily fluid coming out of the top of his head, bit of blood. So he's getting mopped up against one of the Sunderland players. Everyone's taking fluids on half an hour into this game. When it does get going, it's an entertaining spectacle. It's just very, very rare that it is getting going at the minute. 15 minutes from the break, things to think about for Arsenal. They do have a decent lead at the top of the table, but they don't want to rest on that. If they get a point here today, there'll be 7 clear of Man City, and City still have to welcome Liverpool on the late kick-off tomorrow. We'll have on this service. But they'll want all 3 points against a team that's just promoted into the Premier League. Form aside, don't look at the form. The fact of the matter is that Sunderland have just come up from the Championship. So if they want to be champions of the Premier League, they'll want 3 points.
100%. Have to agree with that. And right now, as Nave said, another stoppage. Timber is still down. 30 minutes we've surpassed here. It is unofficial, independent, off-tube studio commentary of this. As Nathan's already said, it's a late kick-off. But we've got a later kick-off at 8 o'clock with Chelsea and Wolves to come. But it's Sunderland hosting Arsenal. Currently goalless, and it's in half an hour in, but probably with this as well, another 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage on top of Marino's head injury stoppage. Closing in on just under 10 minutes, I'd say, of stoppages in this first half. It just unfortunately hasn't got going, has it, this game? And I'm sure it will, and of course, we've got less than 15 minutes of the allotted 45 minutes to go. We're probably looking at close to 20, pushing 25 minutes of game left. So each one of them you look and go, right, we've only got 15 minutes left of the first half, but it sits there and goes, no, we haven't. We've probably got more closer to 20, 25. So there is a long way to go in this first half, but at the same time, it's a little bit precarious in how it is. Timber's just coming off the field. As you said, he's got his head bandaged, but again, very similar to Marino. I know he didn't have it bandaged, but that could be some half-time where they've got to look at and they've got to take him off just due to concussion injuries.
Yes, yeah, head injury is so important. He's sporting a bandage now. Yuri and Timber, I mean, we're looking at least 5 minutes in this first half, surely. In open play, there hasn't been that much football as of yet. When we have, it's been very exciting. It's just when it starts getting going, something's stopping it. But I'm sure we'll see some good football.
I see a couple of head injuries here and there, and fouls, set pieces for both sides, really. Again, like I said, it's been a really, again, it's a quality game, and when it gets going, I just feel it just hasn't got going yet. So we are back underway on the right-hand side. It's a throw-in for Sunderland. Isidore brings it down. Definitely came off Isidore, but the referee will give the throw-in on the right-hand side for Sunderland, and they will almost just come forward by using the throw-ins. Some pictures in the press box and area for Sunderland. A few famous names and faces there. Throw-in, Mukiele throws it long, looking for the feet. Wants to bring it down. Instead, it's booted long by Saliba. Battle between Siddiqui and Saka for the ball. Saka loses it, but Siddiqui's, as I he fouls it almost and wins the ball. It tackles it into the path of Saliba. That's great play from Siddiqui in the middle. Timber trying to bring him down. Forward comes the midfielder, full of life and full of running. He is. He's a real old school box to box.
ไปเปิดแล้ว
Ball into the box. Isidore really collides there in the middle with an Arsenal defender. Nothing really of a foul, of course, but the referee will give it. It was Zupermendi. Now Rice has gone
สาย2 นาทีผ่านไปนะครับก็ยังเสมอกันอยู่ 0-0 นะโอกาสยิงน้อยมากแล้วก็อาร์เซนอลยิง3 ครั้งเข้ากรอบครั้งเดียวนะแล้วก็ซันเดอร์แลนด์มีโอกาสยิง1 ครั้ง
Our cameras, our broadcasters just pointed to Xhaka over Marino. Unhappy about it. Again, I don't like the referees give that Marino. He's gone down. Xhaka maybe catches him. I don't know if Xhaka's are saying, right, I might have caught you, but I didn't catch you that bad.
Yeah,
What?
theatrics. He's screaming. I mean, it's not. He's fine. He's holding a place in the body where he didn't even get touched. It's theatrical, so to speak. But it will be a free kick for Arsenal nonetheless.
ดูเพื่อนซันเดอร์แลนด์เล่นดีนะเอาจริง
I think they've held
ซันเดอร์แลนด์เล่นดีนะ
Arsenal really haven't threatened Rose that hard.
มวยโน่มึงก็ห่วงบอลไปหน่อยเวน
The amount of open play we've had is very shy of that, but they're definitely holding their own. Someone.
100% they are out there. Again, just waiting for. When, as I said, Xhaka is not the same player he used to be. He's obviously a lot more mature now and
ซาก้าจะเดือด
different level, but you're always waiting for him to kick off a little bit. Here come Arsenal down the right hand side with Saka. Good defending from Siddiqui. Saka
Saka
still
บอก
has
เฮ้ย
it. Striker goal. He's off balance. He almost slices it, but straight into the arms of Robin Ruffs. And he will try to get the Black Cats driving forward as quick as he can. Ball from Mukiele into Traore. He's lost out. Arsenal 1, and here they come with Trossard. Ball into the box. Good deflection. Still coming forward though is the Belgian edge of the area. So many red and white jerseys in the way to blocking Traore. Good hold up play into Isidore. And Zubimendi comes back to win him. The problem they've got, I'm not saying you've got 2 up top against Arsenal. I think as you said, Sunderland are going toe for toe and doing very well with the 5-4-1 that they are currently playing. He's going to have a long night as Xhaka brings down Eze there. Again, from consistency, as that's going to be a foul by Zupermendi and possibly a card for the cynicality of it.
ตัวเองทำเสร็จเลยแล้วไปนอนเลยนะ
So is that the first yellow card of the game?
น้ำปลุกเขานะพรุ่งนี้
He's
ตอน
going
เช้า
for the Spaniard, the former Sociedad man, Martin Zupermendi.
ฮะ
What I will say is, just quickly back, that foul.
ไปไป
I don't think it's
ซาก้าไปแล้วซาก้า
consistency of
เอา
this game.
ซาก้า
Probably is a foul.
ยิงไอ้เหี้ยเอ้ยเบาไปหน่อย
But Zupermendi, he maybe gets the ball, but he goes through his man. Is a door to get the ball. I think that's what maybe Zupermendi's
สวยนี่ใครไป
season.
ไปทอซาไปทอซาไปแล้วครับจีเข้าไปเปิดไปตีดิทอซาได้บอลอยู่ทอซาเอาไงเฮ้ยเหี้ยเอ้ย
Oh, it's going to be tough, but he's holding his own so far.
โอ
That's
เค
for sure.
ชูมินดี้
Long ball forward into the box it goes. Nodded back into a dangerous area. Dan Ballard's there. Dan Ballard with a strike at goal, and Sunderland on the 36-minute mark have the goal. The muscle pose is out for big Dan Ballard, and Sunderland have caught Arsenal napping. It's the Black Cats 1, the Gunners 0. You said, Nathan, before we went on air, and whilst we were on air, that it's almost a ticking opportunity that you've just had all these clean sheets building up. You had that big game in midweek. Sunderland, can they catch Arsenal at the right time with how they're playing? And they've got the goal. It's all from route 1. You talk about maybe Arsenal having some karma back on them. Ballard knocks it down. Actually, he misses it. Apologies, and it's nodded back down by Mukiele into Ballard.
เพื่อนไปลุยกันต่อ
It's not that top-notch header in the semi-final of the playoffs last year. He has hit that fantastically, so clean. Right, no chance. 37 minutes on the clock at the Stadium of Light. It's Sunderland
เปิดขึ้นมาแล้ว
That's all it needs. Sometimes you don't have to make 36 passes before putting it in the box. You just sometimes have to.
เอายิงเรียบร้อยเลยครับเพื่อนๆโอ้โห 1-0 ซันเดอร์แลนด์นำแล้วไง
That's a striker's finish, by the way. You talked about
โอ้โห
Wilson.
ยิบขายแล้วไงเพื่อน
Absolutely.
เพื่อนชิบขายแล้วไง
Took it down with his left, outside of the foot right on the bounce, roof for the net. No pun intended there. Just before the I'd say about at least 10 minutes before the break actually. Dan Ballard giving Sunderland the lead. So all that passing that Arsenal have done, and Sunderland just hoof it up one end and then put it into the back of the net.
เรียบร้อยเลยเพื่อน
What an opportunity it is now, and as you said, was it 8 games you said with a clean sheet for The Gunners, well, hit the reset button for that one.
เรียบร้อยเลยครับ
This evening, and now, what I will say, I don't think Sunderland have been defensive. I think the formation is defensive, but their mentality definitely hasn't been. But now, maybe it can just sit
โอ้โห
back
แล้วยิง
and
ดีด้วย
let
เพื่อน
Arsenal build up.
แล้วยิงดีด้วยที่สำคัญ
Maybe
อ่ะ
had a Martinelli, Gyökeres, and Odegaard. They've got so many injuries, unfortunately, do the Gunners, and it almost felt coming into this evening, it was when will the bubble burst? This was the opportunity.
เรียบร้อยเลยครับเพื่อน
This evening, Saliba. Eze to the right hand side to Timber. So many players forward, cuts back inside. Edge of the area it goes to Eze. Still on the right hand side. Opportunity there. Gabriel trying to really stretch the picture. Arsenal, of course, that 5 in the back.
เรียบร้อย
When you're trying to stretch the play, well, you move it from left to right so quickly. You've got a wing back at the other side. It's going to be awkward for the Gunners. At the moment, I'm sure there are a lot of teams in and around with over the moon that Arsenal are currently at 1-0 down. They were almost not running away with the Premier League. That would be really harsh, but at the moment, Sunderland picking up 3 points. Well, they're the closest to Arsenal. They're currently 4 points behind the Gunners. But I know teams such as Manchester City, Tottenham Hotspur, Liverpool, if Sunderland were to pull this off, and this is, as you said, this isn't undeserved. This isn't a smash and grab. Yes, they were at Route 1, but it's not smash and grab by any ability. Is this lead that the Black Cats have over
เซ็ง
the
เลยอ่ะ
Gunners?
เซ็งเลยอ่ะ
Well, for example, if Tottenham would have got 3 points earlier this afternoon against Manchester
Timber ไป
United, they'd only be 5
Timber
points behind Arsenal, with them currently losing. Bournemouth pushing as well, so a lot of teams will be cheering on the Black Cats this evening.
เป็น
Supermendi
อย่างเฮีย
outside
กระ
the
ต
area,
กหรือเปล่า
very tepid and patient
แม่ง
from the visitors. Eze, edge of the area, striding forward, where's it back to Stafford, the right hand side, closer into the box, great deflection away from Reynoldo, and now it's all back to that. They get into half time at 1-0 and then go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, they're set up defensively, but they're not exactly sat right back behind the ball. They're taking their chance when it comes. Credit to them. Arsenal, yeah, it's all about little goals for Sunderland. Just get to half time, keep it at 1-0, and go from there. Maybe even title challenges. Sunderland don't think, like you say, going in a second with a win here tonight, getting ahead of
โดน
ourselves.
ยิงซะแล้วอาร์เซนอลกู
It's an opportunity. It's fun to look at as Gabriel swings one into the box again. I don't think against this Sunderland side.
ไปเว้ยยังมีเวลาอาร์เซนอล
The best thing. It will be another long throw opportunity for Arsenal again. Speaking to a few of our colleagues in the office, I do think teams nowadays it's popular, can almost force long throw-ins. But for example, these two sides actually have long throwing specialists to a degree, so I think it's not more acceptable. You can do what you want as a coach, but you do understand it a little bit more. Calafiore, not the best throwing in the world.
เล่นดีบอลเพื่อนเซอร์เดอร์แลนด์อ่ะ
Still has the ball, still driving forward into the penalty area. Great defending at the back there.
เฮ้ยเล่นดีเล่นดี
Calafiore. He'll be unhappy. He'll think it's not a foul, but Calafiore would have done the exact same thing in his shoes. First player is Dan Ball scoring against Arsenal in 821 minutes, and as you said, what a strike to break that deadlock.
Oh, it was brilliant. Took it down with the left, onto his right, outside the boot, roof of the net. Raya had absolutely no chance. It's a brilliant, brilliant finish. Sunderland are winless in 15 meetings versus Arsenal. This is the first meeting in the Premier League since 2017. It would be a famous, famous night for Sunderland if they were to pull this off after being subpar to what they've seen this season on Monday night. Pick themselves up. Arsenal need to do the same as they're a goal behind.
เล่นดีอ่ะ
Forward with Trossard down the left-hand side. Bashing away with Mukiele there. The driving side tray. What a tackle that is from the wing back, and he's probably brought down. What I will say right now is Arsenal, and to me, a little taste of their own medicine, which I don't mind a bit of the dark arts and winning fouls and frustrating your opponent.
อะไรกันครับเนี่ย
But Arsenal are a team that do it week in, week out, and seemingly no one can do them in the way they do everyone else in. Right now, Sunderland are going toe-for-toe with Arsenal in terms of ability, in terms of the game, but also in terms of mind games.
It's how egotistical a team can be to get dirty and rugged and in the face of Arsenal like they do to other teams. And if you're going to be brave enough to do it, credit to you. Sunderland had the best chance tonight at home to do that. And they have done that. They've got right in Arsenal's face. They've been down and dirty with them, putting in some dirty challenges the way Arsenal do, getting in their faces as well, getting the nitty-gritty wrestling matches on. And they have a lead. And say it's undeserved, that's for sure. They definitely deserve it. on the evidence of things, Arsenal have dominated this game, but looking at this Arsenal team in front of us, you can tell they have stars missing.
100%. As well, seemingly, I know he scored from that free kick to Dan Ballard when they went long. He missed the header. It was only back down. I believe it was only back down on the right hand side. What was it? It was Mukiele. I'm not 100% sure who the assist will go to. We'll give an update on that in a second just to make sure. It was Mukiele. Thank you for that, Nathan. It was a good header. But from that, and then another free kick that Trey Hume won, Ballard went up again. So it wasn't a one-off, because if I'm honest, when I saw Dan Ballard was in the box, I'm going, why are you there? That's almost that's when you see a unicorn. Well, what's happening here? But I mean, I said to finish. But maybe that's why they did that, is because we spoke about Isidore up against both Saliba and Gabriel. Well, that puts one on the other, so it kind of spreads the two defenders apart.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Roes with the ball in. It all came from that free kick that Mikel Arteta was arguing. It was a foul. He went through his man. Absolutely, it was a free kick. Just hoof it forward and see where it ends up. And it's ended up in the mixer, headed back across by Mukiele. By the way, it was a brilliant header back across to keep it alive. And then matched by the finish is definitely one for the highlights. But Arsenal are not troubling that Sunderland goal nearly enough to try and get anything from this game at the minute. It is worrying signs for Mikel Arteta and co.
You'd have to say that 100%. 44 minutes on the clock. We've only got a minute left of the allotted 45, but I have a feeling we'll have a lot more action in the first half to come. We'll have to wait until the fourth official puts his number up for stoppage time. But right now, Sunderland, they're so well defensively. They've got their goal, and when they have come forward, I know they've only done it probably once or twice since they've scored. It's not like they're just looking to boot it away and sit back, as you said. They will come forward and look for a second if it falls at their way, especially maybe a set piece, and Arsenal get another taste of their own merit in Saka. On the right hand side into Saliba. Bit at a walking pace right now. I will say, for me, Arsenal are pushing so many players up front that you're playing into Sunderland's game right now. I think if you push it back 10-15 yards, it opens up a bit of space. Trossard has it on the left hand side, turning left, turning right, trying to swivel away from Hume. Hume does ever so well to not win the ball, but make sure that when Trossard it rebounds off of him, he goes out for a throw-in, and will win the throw-in. Will the Black Cats. 45 minutes played. What is the added time for official? 9 minutes again. With the stoppages we've had, probably about right.
Yeah, justified. I think that's about right. You knew it was going to be north of 5 or 6 minutes. 9 is about right. We've had at least 2 or 3 big injuries, and they've been down for a while. So you can see why. But Sunderland have 9 more minutes to try and hold this out until the break.
Long throw-in from Mukiele. Looking for the run of Isidore, but he's going to pounce and press down on Saliba. Back to David Raya. This is where they can't make any mistakes, Arsenal. To pump it long, as there's a lot of bodies, of course, inside that Sunderland half. Ronaldo looks to win it over Marino. Then Eze's trying to drive forward. Xhaka pulls him back. It will be a foul, and most likely a yellow card for the Black Cat skipper. Could have probably, I think if you'd have asked me, Nathan, who's probably likely to go in the book.
เพื่อนจบครึ่งแรกน่าจะอย่างนี้แหละเพื่อน
Probably top one. He's always up there for a yellow card, especially against his former team. And his arms all over Eze. You're not getting away from me. You're just going to stop the plane. Again, just adds to that little bit of mind games of slowing it down. Again, though, how many times have we seen a Zupimendi do that? Again, they're getting used to what they do usually.
Absolutely, and it's frustrating Arsenal, but it is a set piece, and Arsenal are good at these. Rice is going to take the in-swing into 4th yellow card of the season. Granit Xhaka 1 away from his suspension. Everyone at the back post for Arsenal.
Now the NFL route style set piece will come to fruition. Rice into the box. Gabriel rises, puts it back in a good area. No one's there. Sunderland want a handball against Arsenal inside the penalty area to get a free kick and just push everyone further forward. Saka, lovely player to go past Lefebvre there, and then he couldn't get past the secondary, and Ronaldo goes out for another throw-in and set pieces. Rice will go over. They push everyone forward still, and Rice doesn't go for the long one. He fakes it back to Zupimendi, back to the Englishman, whips a furious ball into Salah. Saliba gets his header onto it, but it's a very awkward angle. Calafiore will swing one in. Saka's there. Saliba is there. Strike goes well wide of the target. Maybe if that's on the head of the Frenchman. We're talking about a different story there. Sunderland are happy that the handball wasn't given earlier on. It looked to me like it would have been a harsh handball for a free kick there. That's a lovely delivery into the box from Calafiore. They wanted a foul against Saka as well. He knows it back in, and if anything, I know it's ifs and buts and maybes. If that's Saliba nodding it into the penalty spot for Saka, you're looking at 1-1.
Oh, that's a huge.
ไปซาก้าไป
Danny Ballard, Mukiele, they just
ซาก้าสวัสดีครับน้องพัดโอ้ย
He's got so much time on the penalty spot.
สวัสดีนะครับน้องพัด
Ronaldo's just throwing himself to the floor. It wasn't a foul. It's a good decision by Craig Pawson. Header back across from Saka's very good to find Saliba.
เอาหน่อยปืนนั่นดิเอาหน่อยดิ
Saliba's leant back, got under the ball and sliced
เอาหน่อย
it
เอา
to
หน่อย
Rose. That is a huge opportunity for Arsenal.
I do say.
ยิงโอ้โหซาลิบาไอ้เหี้ย
Well, then maybe not Saliba, but at the same time, I do think Saliba is better with what he can do. In that position,
อะไรวะเนี่ย
top corner, it should be a top goal. But it should probably get tested Robin Roofs at the minimum, especially
ไม่เข้าได้ไงวะ
as you said, Sunderland, their hearty mouth moment for the entirety.
เนี่ยโอ้โหดูดิเลื่อนจังหวะซาก้าโมง
Then Arsenal are still on the ball. All the action is going to be in Sunderland's half. Unless they hit a counter-attack or win a set piece and a ball could be played further forward. Trossard back to Gabriel, swings one into the box, headed away well by the combination of Siddiqui and Mukiele. Saliba, Supimendi, starting to live as Arsenal signing in the summer. They do have a lot of options, of course, to Arsenal not with the squad, but of course they've got a lot of injuries as well. So. Rotation. Trossard on the left-hand side.
วันนี้แผนหลัง5ของวูลแฮมตันแม่งดีจัดเอ้ยของซันเดอร์แลนด์แม่งดีจัดแน่นมาก เวลา9 นาทีอะเพื่อนโทษนานเลย
I have zero ideas. Gabriel's going to go for a strike at goal there. Calafiori will fizz one in. Deflected away off Traore, Brennan getting back, go out for a throw-in. To a degree, I don't know why maybe Arsenal are dropping as a throw-in is taken quickly, but the referee...
โคตรนานเอาตาไป
They're not throwing maybe Saliba and Gabriel just into the box for now, because it keeps swinging crosses in. That's your best way to get a goal.
That's the way Sunderland did it, so you can credit to them for doing the same, but they're overplaying it at times, Arsenal, from side to side. Unfortunately, it's taken too long, and Trossard's not having any joy on that left-hand side whatsoever. He's been kept so quiet by Trey Hume. He's having a torrid time. It's the Belgium at the minute. The best look they have is coming down the right with Timber and Saka at the minute. Saka's having a better time against Reinildo, and he's trying it again.
Saka 1-2 into the feet of Eze, but it seems for every gunner that's out there, there's two black cats. Eze lovely down the byline, going to get a ball back into Saka. He can't. It's behind him though. Supimendi keeps it alive. Wanted to play a ball into the feet of Reinildo. I think he clears on. I might have taken a nick off Timber's back there, but I don't think the referee online will give it. 51 minutes we're approaching at the Stadium of Light into the 6 minute of added time, 9 minutes as a whole, so we've still got a little bit to go. It's unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary. Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. Ball into the box by Rice, cleared away. I think there's going to be a halt there. There might be a head injury. It might just be a foul the referee's given him. Mukiele's on the deck. Looks like he might have taken a shot to the sternum, possibly. Calafiori is looking very frustrated. The entire Arsenal squad are looking frustrated. It goes up in the air. He leaves it, but he doesn't leave it, I should say, but it's going in there. Again, Calafiori has got to know that if Mukiele did that to him, he would go down in pain as well, because it looks like a bit of a hit.
Yeah, it was accidental. It's just the way his body and momentum went into him, but it's a foul nonetheless. It's a
โอ้ยสวยเอเซ่เอาซาก้าโอ้โห
wasn't the face at St James's Park, so not a happy camping up in the North East for Arsenal. Of course, we remember how that game ended when they turned it around with the kick of the game to win 2-1. So we'll be hoping for a repeat at the Stadium of Light.
That's one thing that, as you said about teams at the top of the table, so on and so forth. But let's be quite honest. Until the final whistle is blown, you can't knock them and you can't say they are out of this. I remember listening in on this
foul.
The game and thinking
Foul
about
like
it,
what?
and then I watched the highlights later on and saw it was 2-1 because that's how late the goal was. As Nathan said, 52 minutes on the clock.
เนี่ยตัวเองดูดิมันแสดงผลแค่100 กว่าเองมาตัวเองเดี๋ยวคอยดูให้ดูคลิปที่มันคนดูเยอะอย่างอันนี้คนดูเป็นพันดูนะเนี่ยแสดง 6,000 กว่าเห็นไหมมันไม่แสดงผลเลยโดนปิดกั้นตั้งแต่เราโดนในเนี่ย
set piece for the Black Caps.
เนี่ยตั้งแต่คู่เนี้ยหลังจากเนี่ยอันนี้800ก็จริงนะเดี๋ยวดูนะไม่พอเนี่ยอันนี้แซง 5,000 เห็นนะหลังก่อนนั้นนะแต่พอเราที่เราโดนปิดกั้นอ่ะเนี่ย70กว่าเนี่ยแสดงผลพันกว่าฮะไม่ได้ลบไปแล้วเขาลบไปเยอะแล้วเนี่ยเนี่ยแสดงผล500เองนะที่ดูหลักคนดูหลัก10อ่ะคนดู100กว่าก็ได้เนี่ยแสดงผลน้อย
I think all he's thinking is, I'm going to hit this as hard as I can. Hopefully it goes on target. Because if that would have been 2-0, I think the stadium would have light. I know there's no roof, but something would have come apart there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he topped it and dragged it. Classic defender's effort, wasn't it? But he didn't half get behind it as well. He had one thing in mind. 2 players marked the back post. Uncharacteristic of Arsenal in defence. Not a team that's had 8 clean sheets in a row.
เนี่ยแสดงผลแค่200เองนะเจอนะ
But he had one thing in mind. Credit to him. He picked his option and went for it.
ไม่ถึง200ด้วยอันนี้มันหลายวันแล้วไงเพื่อนจบแล้วล่ะครึ่งแรกก็ค่อยว่ากันใหม่เซนอลนำแล้ว 1-0 คือครับไอ้สัตว์
But Dan Ballard's 36-minute strike puts an end to 812 minutes of football with a clean sheet for the Gunners. Half-time at the Stadium of Light. They Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0.
เรียบร้อยครับเพื่อนจบครึ่งแรกนะครับอาร์เซนอลนะครับตามหลังเซอร์แลนด์1-0ได้ประตูจากบัลลาร์ดนะครับเพื่อนบัลลาร์ดนาทีที่37นะครับทำให้อาร์เซนอลนะครับโดนนำ 1-0 โอ้โหเซ็งเลย
But I tell you what, he doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Rowers on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre half, tap down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left.
เดี๋ยวรอดูว่า45ทีหลังว่าจะเกิดอะไรขึ้นวันนี้เล่นดีแล้วซันเดอร์แลนด์พูดตรงๆเลยเอาเว้ยเราชนะก่อนเบรกทีมชาติหน่อยเว้ย
We've hit half-time at the Stadium of Light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, he doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre half, tap down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the Stadium of Light, and it's been one to watch, that's for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, he doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre half, tap down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the Stadium of Light, and it's been one to watch, that's for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, he doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre half, tap down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway.
เพื่อนเดี๋ยวรอแป๊บนึงนะเราพักครึ่งนะครับ
Who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and
รอ
rifled
1-1
it,
อ่ะ
and he's
นั่น
outside
เลยลอง
of
พัด
his
เอ้
boot
ย
and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down, centre-half, tapped down to Ballard, who took it down on his stronger left and rifled it, and he's outside of his boot and his right foot into the roof of the net. Centre-back, second of the season. At half-time, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 0. We've hit half-time at the stadium a light, and it's been one to watch, that for sure. For all the Arsenal possession they've had, they haven't really created much in terms of chances with it. Royce hasn't really been challenged, but I tell you what, it doesn't need 35 passes. A long ball into the box from a free kick from Royce on halfway. Mukiele heading it down. That's a very warm welcome back. I hope you enjoyed half-time. We're back underway at the Stadium of Light, and Sunderland are 1-0 to the good against the league leaders Arsenal. A brilliant goal, his second of the season for Dan Ballard on the half volley into the roof of the net. Arsenal have a lot to do, looking light and slightly light on numbers. We're checking the 22 that were out there. It looks the exact same from when we left it in the first half. Rice has got a long throw into the box. The front post goes on. Gabriel trying to get there as well. Shot comes in, it's blocked right in front of Eze, who caught it with the left foot. Looks like Isidor's going to try and clear his line. Anywhere will do. But we do anticipate a lot of Arsenal possession in this second half as they chase the game. 8 clean sheets in a row, unbeaten in 13 games, and that is under threat against the Black Caps tonight. that is for sure. My name is Nathan Mossell, alongside me is Lewis Raftery. We're in for a big second half, and if Sunderland hold on, they'll finish second at the end of the game.
Do you imagine saying to someone that in the start of first week of November going into the international break, Sunderland would be second in the table? I know obviously there's a couple of games to play tomorrow, as you said, but it's absolutely fantastic for the Black Cats and how really form can change. I covered the playoff final and they were about 20 minutes away from not being in the Premier League, and it was the Blades. So that's how fortunes can change. It's going to be a long second half, them no doubt, but if they put the work in the first half, they'll fully deserve this win if they can get away with it.
Absolutely, Gabriel far side for Timber. He's just checking it backwards to Rice, halfway inside the Sunderland half right flank. Zooms inside.
เพื่อนไป
The pelters on.
ครึ่งหลัง
Looking for his man. He's come to the near side, all the way across to Trossard. The Belgian not going his way in the first half, make it look more lively. Ball inside to Zubamendi, zips it out to Saka actually. Down the line to Timber, right hand side of the box, going back to Saka. Top right hand corner of the Sunderland box, the number 7. He's going to sweep the ball in, it's over everyone. That's going to be a goal kick, and that's a waste from Arsenal. But that is what was missing from Arsenal's game in that first half, not taking a chance putting the ball in the box. It does feed into Sunderland's game plan, so it is difficult. But that's the problems they're having. It's what do they do against this stubborn Sunderland unit?
100%. And we spoke on the first half. For me, I'm not saying you just pump all your defenders up into the box, but I just kind of sit there and go, is there any point Gabriel and Saliba passing it around to put balls into the box when you could put them in there and have an Eze whipping the ball into the box? I know defensively then you're frail, but you're going to do all the attacking. Or at least maybe one of them, put one of Gabriel or Saliba up there just to question a little bit more, get Timber and Calafiore sitting back in Eze.
ไล่ไป
Saka, get Saka more in the middle than on the right hand side, but here they come with Siddiqui.
Siddiqui into Wilson Isidore, shot comes in, it's blocked, defending to do, hooked over by Zubamendi, done well. Saka's on the right hand side of his own area, back he goes to the byline, oh he's missed Zubamendi. It's going to be a Sunderland corner, and that's got the stadium alight on their feet, and they believe, and they have themselves a corner, and Arsenal got some defending to do.
We saw some fireworks, didn't we, at half time for bonfire night. We had fireworks all night long at the stadium. Like I said, it's absolutely rocking, it's absolutely bouncing. Our cameras, of course, who do they pan to? The man has already on the score sheet, Dan Ballard. This is where I wanted to go. I've had trouble dealing with him all night long, and I think it'll continue in the second half.
It's going to be the number 28, Lefebvre, that got from Roma last year. Right-footed in swing, it's going to glide across the face of the box. That's a very unusual cross. It's headed out by Saka, and it's going to go all the way back to Roefs in goal. I say in goal, he's nearly on the centre circle in his own half. He's just playing it forward. Siddiqui dropping deep to get it. Roefs needs to be careful. He's got Eze keeping him honest. He's going to first time pass it forward just to Xhaka.
เฮ้ยเฮียเกือบแล้ว
Long Hail Mary, and they've given it away high up, and this is what they were running the risk of, and this is really poor by them. And Trossard picks up left hand side, he's been slowed up. He's having a torrid time on that left flank. He's zipped inside now, that's a good run though. And he's been hacked down, his Craig Pawson going to give it. Advantage goes ahead. Arsenal's attack continues into the box. Good swivel and shot into the hands of Roefs by his feet. Didn't really catch it, Zubamendi in the end, but it is a shot tag.
As you said though, that was a real high mouth moment there, wasn't it? As soon as he won the ball back there for Arsenal, and that's what Sunderland have just got to be really aware of. You sit there, you just can't allow Arsenal absolutely anything. You've got to be relentless coming forward. You've got to be relentless defending, and I think substitutions are going to be massive for Sunderland in this game, just because of how long it's going to be a long night of running and defending, and you've just got to make sure you've got the legs out there to see this game through. And Arsenal at the moment, you're thinking they're a lot on the ball, so there's a lot more chasing for Sunderland, there's a lot more running for Sunderland to do, there's a lot more Arsenal on the ball, knocking it around. A lot more of a respite, if you will.
ไปทอซาไปทอซาทอซาเอ้ยเฮีย เอาไป
in this game. Ballard looks to go long, I think if anything, just to get it off the ball so they can defend again. But Arteta, as per usual, very theatrical on the sidelines, and I want to get more theatrical as the game goes on.
Absolutely, as they chase this game, not used to trailing this season. Arsenal, we're not used to seeing them in this position, and we're going to see exactly how they react. And they got it on the right hand side. Ball comes in. He was looking for Moreno. Heads go up, and it's hacked clear by Xhaka. They're going to be under a lot of pressure in this half 5 minutes into it, and they're already under the cosh. It has to be said, all the way back to Raya in goal, centrally in his own half, studs on the ball, keeping hold of it. Looked like a good flighted ball in. Moreno's no slouch in the air either, but good defending. Saka into the centre circle with the ball. gets tripped, keeps going, stumbles into a pass to Calafiore, near side, moves it on. It's going to be Trossard, left side. Wants it back on that right. Calafiore carries on his run. It's on the left-hand side of the box. They want to put in the box. Trossard steps it up. He's going to put it to the edge of the box. Ball inside to Saka. Shot space. Oh, it's always curling away from goal. It's a big chance. It was really good build-up play. Saka moved out to this left-hand side this time. It was a good lay into his path. He wrapped it and it went away. He's always used to wrapping his shots coming off that right-hand side, but he was always curling away from goal.
If that's on the other side and it's curling in, as you said, that's probably in the bottom corner, isn't it? If anything, he needs to hit that quite flat and just straight, doesn't he? Hit it with his laces. If he just tilts his foot, if you will, a little bit to the left and hits it with the laces, that's a great opportunity for the Arsenal skipper. But once again, he's coming a bit more centrally, isn't he? Trying to get involved in build-up than just sitting on the right-hand side and taking Ronaldo on one-on-one every single time. And if he gets past him, great. If not, he's usually just taken away by Gertrude. That's much better from Arsenal. Again, just moving players around and making Sunderland think about the tactics a little bit. But Sunderland still holding really, really strong. 52.5 minutes in. I mean, again, it's going to be a long second half, but Arsenal to be out really showing anything when I go, but that should have been a goal. Apart from Saliba's chance, where you can sit there and go, right, let's do that again. Still Sunderland holding strong.
Yeah, you wouldn't say they're battering on the door to win this game. That's to be said. But they are starting to knock a little bit harder. As Saka has the ball on the right-hand side up against Reinildo. Checks inside on his left. Moves it down the line at Timber. Puts it across. Deflection straight in hands of Roes. And you just get the sense a lot of these sort of balls are just falling Sunderland's way. Like the cross deflected straight into hands of the keeper. And you just get this question that is it going to be Sunderland's night tonight? And I tell you what, it would go up there in one of the most historical wins for Sunderland in their time.
Oh, it would. I think that's the thing, though. We were saying that before we went on the air.
Oh no, wait, Arsenal low.
The Arsenal bubble bursting, all these injuries. You spoke about Bayern Munich as well, and that was a draw. They've done so much, and Bayern Munich in midweek against PSG, Arsenal in midweek in the Champions League as well. They've just done so much that the bubble will have to burst. They've won it high up the field here, though. Marino coming forward.
Saka on the right-hand side. Shot comes in. It's 1-1. It's 1-1, and Saka has scored on his right foot this time, winning it high up. Dyson with danger a couple of times, once in the first half from Sunderland, and this time they've been punished, and there's only so many times you do get away with it against this fantastic Arsenal team. Winning it high up. Bukayo Saka, one thing in mind, on his right, we're not used to seeing that. Playing around with it in the centre of your own half. Declan Rice, as he does, move to Eze, swift onto Marino, lays it in the path for Saka, left touch onto his right foot, into the front post, into the goal. Roes, no chance. All eyes on Lefebvre. He can't be doing that.
He can't, and I feel for him because his teammates don't give him a passing option. But if I'm him, you've just got to get up and, to be fair to Roofs, he puts his arms in the air, just saying, pass it back to me because I will boot that as far as I can. It's poor from Lefebvre, but it's, as you said, it's excellent pressing from Declan Rice, to give all the credit in the world that he gets up there, doesn't
เอา
he?
สวยไป เอา
เอา
ซาก้ายิงเรียบร้อยวู้ฮู้วู้ฮู้1-1แล้วเว้ย1-1แล้ว
Now we can take a breath. They might go Boston and think, wow, we can but now they're back on level pegging. The normal thing is we're a little closer now. This is our game to still, even though the draw is our game to lose.
Yeah. And the thing is,
1-1แล้วครับ1-1แล้ว
the second half, they're level. There's plenty of football still to play. It's not even like it's the 81st minute and they're going gung-ho and it's almost getting slightly desperate. No, they've got time on their hands now, and Arsenal want to play the football they do. Haven't been the best team. They were second best in the first half. Pick themselves up like champions do, and it may be two quick fire goals. Swivel as Timber, no. Brilliant defending by Sunderland and cleared their lines, but you just feel Sunderland will sit ever deeper now, and Arsenal keep knocking on that door for a winner.
Yeah, again, they've got so much time. If you're right, if this was what, as you said, 80-85 minutes, Arsenal would push for it, but Sunderland might just think, right, we're
ไปแล้วทอซาไอ้เหี้ย
there's not much more we can do. Whereas Arsenal now, they will play the football, they will slow it down, they will get Saka on the ball coming forward down the right hand side now. They will just maybe throw an extra few bodies forward. Maybe Sunderland as well, they might try to come forward in the sense of they might play a longer ball, they might try and get out of their own area, they might sit back as far as they can and look, 1-1 would be great as well. If this finishes 1-1, Sunderland would be over the moon. But It's how much defending they've got to do. Spoke about substitutions that will be massive. It's Regis Labrie, when does he go to the bench as a free kick's been given there against Calafiore inside his own penalty area. So,
Timber.
Calafiore, if I'm quite honest, watching it back, it's a great finish there from Bukayo Saka. Takes it on his left, opens up great for his right foot. And I know he's all left foot sometimes. That just shows that maybe he shouldn't be. Maybe he should trust himself and back himself on his right boot a little bit more, because that was excellent from the Arsenal skipper. He's in some fine form, isn't he, as well as his side. Gabriel and Raya as well, looking back on it.
ไปต่อ
That just shows the team
ไป
camaraderie that they have. And again, at the moment, that shows, again, that's the mentality that Arsenal have got. They can't be beaten at the moment.
And Arsenal back in possession. They have it in the final third of the Sunderland half with more than half an hour still to play. Backs against the walls job for Sunderland. It's a shot comes in, it's trickled, it's a shot come cross. It's a very erratic one, it's a bit unorthodox as well. Trossard putting it through Traore's legs. Zubamendi helping it on its way left footed. Is he going for a goal? Is he going for a pass? Only he knows. But in the end, it's kissed the post as it's gone past. And that almost quick fire double.
สุดยอดซาก้า
I don't want to say for Arsenal, I don't want to be disrespectful to them, but this is a team missing a lot of players that they usually start. If they come to a place that are unbeaten at home like Sunderland and how high flying they've come and doing it with, I'm not calling them a second string team, but having a lot of players missing, 1-0 down, the place is bouncing, and to show the character to come back and devil's advocate if they end up winning this game. That's the character of champions for me. These are the games that Arsenal didn't previously win in previous seasons. They missed out of Arsenal, they missed out of Man City. They're winning them this year.
ไปเลยต่อ
To get a feeling after 11 games.
100%, and that's the difference, isn't it? That if I'm quite honest, when I saw Sunderland,
ยิงไอ้เหี้ยโอ้โห
Spurs, isn't it, as well? That we're only in November, but of course Arsenal have gone clear, and then away to Sunderland. That's where they drop points. That's where their heads drop. Again, as you say, it's a different level of team now, isn't it? It's a different level of mentality that Arteta's built, and he's been able to build his side and build them in his image. And look, they're just so hard to beat. That when they get going, they're really good to watch. But as you said, they can win this nitty-gritty way that under Arsene Wenger 10-15 years ago was the football probably better as a whole. Yeah, but this is a winning side at the same time now.
And they're going to go try and win it now with Calafiore, 30 yards from goal, left flank. He's moved it left to Trossard, right by the byline. He's up against Trey Hume on the right foot, top left-hand corner of the Sunderland area. As he goes down the line, he's having trouble. Trey Hume's putting a good standing tackle, will be a throw-in on the near side. Probably the best option because Saka was down after being a late challenge on him. I believe he's back to his feet. The broadcast haven't cut back to him, but he looks back to his feet. Calafiore is going to dry the ball off. It's a luminous white, yellow now, I should say, from white, because we've hit the winter ball season now in November. I was going to say Remembrance Weekend. Was it going to be a weekend to remember for Sunderland? But it may just turn out one to forget for them, as they have not tasted defeat at the Stadium of Light this season. They've just welcomed the table leaders, and it's 1-1, and Arsenal are purring. And moved across from Rice. Zubamendi into the edge of the box. Mikel Merino, good ball to left-hand side. Calafiore trying to keep it alive on the byline. Does so. Left-hand side of the box. Trossard to the edge of the box to Rice. Plenty of players in there. Just need to get delivery in. Trossard down the line to Calafiore. He's delaying the cross, delaying it. Good block in there from Trey Hughes. He's been fantastic for someone, not just tonight, but this season. Xhaka right in the quadrant, puts it down the line. Only finds Merino. They can't get out at the minute, Sunderland. This game has changed, all because of that goal. Rice, he's going to put the ball in, deflected up to Eze. Shot comes in straight at Roevs, just for a second on its flight. He caught it with the weaker left, once again on that weaker side for Eze. Half volley, good, did well to get over it, did well to generate the power. It was all about the accuracy, and it faltered.
That was the only problem, wasn't it? That his lovely first touch, lovely strike, he passes it as well. You want him to do that, you want him to pass it in. It was spot on from Eze. And again, Robin Roofs, you can only save what's at you, so it is a top save, but you're probably looking and going, again, a bit of a woof, thank God that was straight at me, because if that's somewhere right or left,
โอ้โหสวยเอา
could have been a big worry there. But what I will say is Now, if anything, Arsenal are quite happy for Sunderland to get back on the ball because of how quickly they got that equaliser in the second half, as you've really spoke. We're just over an hour played, half an hour plus stoppage time to go. Arsenal don't have to be there every single time. They can sit back and again play the game their way. If we get to 80 minutes and it's 1-1, they'll up the tempo, but that's a long way away.
It's a fairly long way away. Sunderland have
เอา
only
เอเซยิงไอ้เหี้ย
away at Old Trafford against Manchester United. But at home it's Stella and they want to go onto it again. They're coming forward, seldom attack for them in this second half. Edge of the box, dancing through, making a chance to get a shot off Do, and it's blocked right in front of him. Enzo Lafay trying to recover from that mistake he made, leading to the Arsenal equaliser. And just got it at the back. Does Dan Ballard just inside his own half. 62 and a half on the clock. Sunderland 0, Arsenal. Sunderland 1, Arsenal 1. Unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary. Nathan Mostell and Lewis Raftery taking you through it. It's been a very interesting spectacle, that is for sure. It's been one to watch. And then we are covering one later at 8 o'clock. Chelsea welcome Wolves to Stamford Bridge. Of course, managerless Wolves who look like they're going to appoint Rob Edwards, the Middlesbrough's Rob Edwards, back at Molineux after playing his career, part of his career there. Ball's going to go forward, look for Calafiori. Mukiele clearing it. Is that going to stay in? Made a mess of it. Has it stayed in? It has. And Sadiqi's going to power that one clear. There's going to be a throw-in for Arsenal on the near side. Listen to this, a triple substitution for Sunderland coming up. Adingra's coming on. Brian Brobby is also coming on the field. I mean, it's big hitters that I arguably think should start. And maybe Brian Brobby, not so much Wilson Isidore is fantastic, but Brian Brobby, he is a fantastic talent. Probably the strongest footballer in world football right now, to be frank. He's a machine, it has to be said. So Brian Brobby's going to come on. Wilson Isidore is going to make way. We've got Simon Adingra and what looks like to be Chemsdine Talby coming on as well. I think Enzo Lafay's going off. A bit of egg on his face. He looks like he looks slightly disappointed in himself, shall we say. Simon Adingra from Brighton. It's a brilliant signing as well. He's fantastic talent. Looks like Bertrand Traore's made way as well. So two new attacking talents on that side. And you know what? Massive credit to Regis delivery. Not sitting in, not bringing on defenders, pushing everyone back to defend a 1-all. He's brought on 3 attackers to go win this game.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. And again, maybe the 2 changes he's got left in the last 10 minutes, he goes, right, let's bring some defensive changes on. But whilst he can go and get it, that's exactly what he's doing, isn't he? So that's a really, again, I like to see that. It's important to a degree that, just from a neutral point of view, it's important that we see games like this. And it just shows to me that, look, you see a team go up in Sunderland from the Championship, you want them to do well, especially after the last few years of teams coming up not doing so well. And you look at the manager and you go, I can get behind that. There's a neutral watching it, you want to watch him, he's tuning into him, and they just become slowly fan favourites from there, don't they?
And I just think recent years, 2-3 years, you just think the 3 promoted sides, you write them off straight away because they go straight back down. The biggest thing is everyone respects Sunderland because they're getting in these big dogs' faces and saying we're here for the long haul, we're not here just to survive, we're here to compete. When at Stamford Bridge won 2-1 in a sensational spectacle, no one saw that coming. Ball in the box from Saka is just punched out. Zubamendi goes for goal, it's rattled the bar. Back to Eze who goes for goal and blocked. So close to Arsenal taking the lead. Very unfortunate there. The keeper was off his line. Zubamendi took it down. Laces got through it. Head over the ball, dipped. Oh, that's very close to becoming 2-1 to Sunderland. To Arsenal, sorry.
The bar is still reverberating. What a hit that was from the Arsenal man. Skin of the teeth things from Sunderland right now, isn't it, defensively, that they're just getting there and Arsenal knocking at the door. That'll give Arsenal confidence. I know they go in the back of the net, but they'll go, right, we've got them on their heels, haven't we now? We're really pushing them back. It's only a matter of time. Sunderland will think it's only a matter of time before they hold on for this draw. But so important this point could be, but Arsenal, they want all 3.
Yeah, they were very close. Saka's been nipped down. That's going to be a free kick, about 25 yards out, right-hand side. Ryan Ildo taking him down. He struggled this afternoon. He struggled at his start to his Sunderland career. Remember he got a red card a few weeks ago, very needlessly. He's not enjoyed himself in the northeast of England just yet. Still waiting to really get going his career.
เอายิงเรียบร้อยชนคานเอาอีกยิงอีกไอ้เหี้ย
โอ้โห
ตัวเองมึงดู YouTube มันแกล้งเขาดูไลน์รถอีกแล้วเนี่ยแต่เสร็จไลน์
I mean, the reputation they do withhold. You haven't really seen crosses into the box from Arsenal tonight just yet. But something to think about for
ไล่รถเห็นเลย
Looks like it's going to be Rice on it. I mean, he's the obvious candidate. No mistake in that. Rattled the bar moments ago from Zubamendi. They are getting ever closer, and you don't want to do it, and you don't want to say it for Sunderland's sake, but you do get the sense.
เนี่ยเอาเยอะเนี่ยเหลือ3เหลือ2เนี่ย
And Rice has himself a free kick. Everyone's gone to the back post, which on the near side as we can see it. Very deep defensive line for Sunderland. Rice is going to go for the cross.
เซ็งว่ะ
He's looking in, he's looping it in.
สร้างเข้าใหม่แล้วกูไม่มีกำลังใจไล่แล้ว
Keeper's hit the deck, maybe a free kick. Craig Parsons just going to stop it. Free kick or not, he's down on his haunches. Marino's gone in heavy on Roeves. He's back to his feet. There's a little bit of handbags, nothing more. When it was fairly put it to very ugly there, but in the end, it's going to be. I don't know what it's going to be, to be honest. Marino's just going for it, and so is Roeves. There's nothing in that. A punch for the keeper and a header for Marino.
เนี่ยเหลือ1แล้ว
Clearing their lines, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, you said the ball's there to be won, but you can't have an argument. You can't look at Roofs, can't look at Marino and say what you're doing. And Marino
มันเอาทุกทางเลยเนาะ
opposite as well. It's just good goalkeeper going for the ball, midfielder going for the ball. Regis Labrie, to be quite honest, is an opportunity that it's going to be that. Again, to a degree that we know how good he can be with the opportunities. Looking at the second half, look at the stats so far. Sunderland looking to get back in it. Siddiqui, he's going to drive forward.
ไป
Pushes the ball out to Eze.
เปิดเข้าไปมงเรียบร้อยไอ้เหี้ยโอ้โห
Moving forward. Sunderland. And they're really a draw for them would be absolutely fantastic. I don't want to take it away, but my word, what a victory would do, especially the
ลื
position
มเมื่อ
of
กี้ลื
being
ม
in.
กด
Dan Ballard's strike on the 36-minute mark gave them the lead, of course, and now they've got a long throw in.
ไปละปิดละ
That they want to return back with the lead. If you are joining the 68 minutes on the clock, it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 1. The Black Cats looking to change that great long throw in from Mukiele. Eze has to hook it clear, back where it came from though, with Mukiele. Selby, back on the field. Back on the field, should say, substitute back on the ball, looking to win it there. It's cleared away. Selby, is he brought down? The referee says yes. Calafiori is not happy at all. Maybe understand it's, again, maybe a little bit on the soft side if I'm being a little bit cynical there, but the card setter can see he knows what's coming there.
ไปเว้ยอาร์เซนอลเรา
Sunderland are going to throw bodies forward as well, though. You might say that might be a really good opportunity for Arsenal to counter-attack if they're able to throw that many bodies forward. We'll wait and see how it does come to be. Of course, Talbot covered the game at Stamford Bridge a few weeks ago, and it was him and Robbie, of course, two of the three substitutions who've come onto the field that made the difference that day. And now, just before the 70th minute mark,
Right, Merino เป้า
referees not happy with the pushing and the shoving that's currently going on. It will be
Foul.
to whip this one in. The Sunderland skipper, it's a good delivery into the box, heading down, looking for a teammate. Gertrude was there. Ballard gives away a free kick. He's not happy with the referee Craig Pawson decision. Again, there was that many bodies in the area there, and Arsenal look to boot it on quickly with Raya in. Ildo misjudges the bounce of the ball, nearly falls away of Bukayo Saka. It's a free kick being given to the way of the Black Cats, or it might just be a throw-in, apologies, given the way of the host, Raya. Thumbs up there, and a bit disappointed that maybe he couldn't just get that pass to Bukayo Saka right. Just underhit it, unfortunately. I mean, he did it that quick and that long that, unfortunately, he could not get to the Arsenal skipper. Roofs will take this long. Puts it into the air with Ballard, of course. It's almost Harry Maguire-esque for Manchester United every single time with a set piece. Where is the number 5 for Sunderland? Ballard, that's where it's going to go. Ball forward for Arsenal. Marino comes away with it. Back to the goal scorer for the Gunners in Saka. Ball nodded over the top for Eze. Great sweeper keeping there from Robin Rose. Alert switched on. It was a lovely ball from Saka into Zubimendi at an awkward height, and he just nods it onto the run of Eze. Great play by the Spaniard. Long ball forward. Robbie's going to battle it with Zubimendi. Zubimendi's gone down. Referee has called for a free kick. It's more that I don't think he's been injured in the air as Zubimendi. I think it's the fall as they both go up in the air. He lands a little bit awkwardly. We're going to watch it back. Robbie, as Nathan already spoke about a few moments ago, he is a big, strong forward. He's a former Ajax man. It's no shock really that unfortunately gives away the list of elbows, a little list of nudges, and he almost takes the player out for good. Almost. So that is the problem at the moment that you would have. But Arsenal, they don't go long like maybe Sunderland would have with that situation just inside their own half. Reynildo brings him down. The referee's going to come over, and Reynildo is going to go in the referee's book. He's trying to plead his case. And we've seen a lot of players be given a yellow card and then quickly another yellow card due to what they've said back, and then he back shot Reynildo, second yellow card of the season for one of the summer signings. Also former Atletico Madrid man, Diego Simeone-esque player, isn't it? But now set piece kings have their opportunity. Right hand side, bend it like Dex has an opportunity on the right hand side, about 40 yards out, maybe even further, but very on the right hand side in terms of the delivery. Rice will whip it in, cleared away only as far as Eze, back to Zubimendi, dinks one over the top, Timber keeps it in play, back into the 6-yard box, Xhaka will head it away, Adingra will slice his clearance and it'll fall to Saka on the right hand side, pass 1, pass 2, into the feet of Declan Rice, back to Zubimendi, Trossard, fakes it from his right onto his left, still dribbling and looking for options, opens up for a right-footed strike, and what a strike from the Belgium, Leandro Trossard, from 1-0 down. Arsenal now are 2-1 up.
เอาหน่อยเว้ยเซนอล
What a comeback from Arsenal. Top finish as well from the Belgian. You can't give a player of his quality that much space on the edge of the area. Sunderland have battled and battled, but given too much space to take.
ไปแล้วครับไปดิคิไลท์ครับเป็นคนเปิด
Goal for goal there. You've got to feel for Robin Roofs. Second goal of the season in the Premier League for the Belgium. Fourth overall in all competitions.
เปิดเข้าไปเอา
Arsenal got the equaliser. They can almost slow it down and
ยังไง
play how they want to
เอา
play.
ซาก้า
At first,
ซาก้า
it's poor defending from him. It's a great overlapping run though from Calafiore. Sadiki almost
เอาไป
on the blind
ทอดซา
side, gets distracted by Calafiore. He points to his wing back in Hume. Follow him.
ยิงเรียบร้อย2-1 วู้
And then come inside. I think Trossard was shocked.
วู้ฮู้
How much time that he had.
นี่ไงเป็นไงล่ะครับ 2-1
Absolutely thunders it into the back of the net. Top celebration to boot as well, looking at those Arsenal travelling supporters. Now it's how do Sunderland respond. 20 minutes between the two goals for Arsenal. Could have been a special evening at the Stadium of Light for Sunderland. Instead it's turning unfortunately into a nightmare.
โอ้โหเพื่อนยิงอย่างสวยโอ้ทอดซา
25 minutes on the clock. Unofficial independent off tube studio commentary from the Stadium of Light in the late kick-off in the Premier League. Of course, we've already stated the late rain.
โอ้โหยิงอย่างสวยอ่ะ
But it's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 2, 15
โอ้
minutes.
โหดูยิงเนี่ยเพื่อน
Stoppage time. Sunderland took the lead through Dan Ballard's fantastic finish in the area on the 36-minute mark. They defended with their lives. But Bukayo Saka with a great finish. Enzo Lafite messing around inside his own half with the ball. Dispossessed by Declan Rice. Great high pressing from the Arsenal midfielder. Won the ball into the feet of Marino. Lovely pass to set free his skipper Eze. And the finish by Arsenal's star boy, if you will, from his left boot onto his unfavourite
เฮ้ยเฮ้ยเฮ้ย
What a great strike it was.
โอ้โหเอเซ่ฟาวนี่เหรอวะ
Very similarly to that one a few moments ago. The goal from the Belgian Trossard is second in the league. this season
ต่อ
for
สาม
Arsenal. What a big one it could be as that leaves us at Sunderland 1, Arsenal 2, finally poised for just less than 15 minutes to go at the Stadium of Light. I imagine we might have a good amount of stoppage time to go as well. However interesting this will be. We'll have to wait and see. Zupimendi on the ball. Even though they've got the lead, it's all ball for Arsenal. Look at his goals from the first to 74th minute for Sunderland, 8 in the Premier League this season. After the 75th minute mark, Sunderland only with 5. Say only. It's a decent record, but quite clearly they are better in the opening 75 than the latter 15 plus stoppage. Calafiore on the left hand side.
สวยไปซาลิบาไปทิมเบอร์
Arteta barking out orders. He knows the game's not over. He's one of the mind games extraordinaires in the Premier League. Throwing on the right hand side, just inside their own half for the Black Cats. Mukiele will be the man to take. Looking for options. Into the feet of Brian Brobbett. And there's a battle on between Trey Hume and Calafiore, and it'll go the way of the Sunderland wing-back. Oh, honestly, those two have been up against it all evening long. Calafiore whiffs and swings at a clearance, misses it. Hume and then Calafiore both are almost wrestling with each other, arms all over each other. And Hume probably just gets the best of selling it best to the referee. There's an opportunity from the set piece for Sunderland. They get an ever so wanted equaliser.
โอ้ยเอาเว้ยสนอนเหรอ
Waiting for referee Craig Parsons' whistle, and is he ready? It will be the right boot of Hume to swing it into the box, looking for Ballard. Will be cleared only as far as a Dingra on the left-hand side. Keeps it from going out of play for a corner. They can't stop it going out of play as a whole. It will be a throw-in for Sunderland high on the left-hand side, close to the corner flag. It will be a long for an opportunity here for Nori Mukiele. Long throwing into the area. Brobbett and Ballard will be the targets here. Thrown in at the back post as a melee, and the referee will blow the whistle for a free kick for Arsenal. Came off the left shoulder of Ballard, saved well by Raya. And then Brobbey's at the back post, goes for a strike at goal, saved well by Raya in the end. There will be a free kick in the build-up. It's actually apologies, it's an offside. I thought that it was given as a free kick at the first point, but it will be a free kick for Arsenal and they will get the ball back. Arsenal just preparing for, so they say, goal kick opportunity. Might as well be from a free kick. Long ball forward, looking for Marino. Mukiele went with a bang there with that high jump.
สวยระยะ
For Sunderland for the moment. Trossard on the left-hand side. Picks
เกือบแล้ว
Had the run of Rice, but I think the referee's going to pull it back. As I said, Mukiele took a real bang on the surface as he went up high. And he could be winded, could really have been hurt. Nothing really malicious, of course. Just went up for a header, went over Zupimendi, and really took a slam on the surface. 80 minutes on the clock. Myself, Lewis Raftery, joined by Nathan Lastel, take you all through this coverage of the last few moments of the last stages of this game at the Stadium of Light. And as Nathan said, we'll take you through all the coverage at Stamford Bridge as well. We're getting underway at 8 o'clock for that one. And right now, the second half has been all Arsenal. And Sunderland at the moment, they had the lead for so long. Arsenal did so well. As you said, this is an unlike Arsenal performance over the last 10-15 is what maybe you and I've grown up with knowing Arsenal performances to a degree. But Sunderland, even if they lose, they can really be proud of this evening's efforts.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to say for the last 8 games, no one's been able to score against Arsenal. For them to come out and take the lead in the manner they did, I'll be frank, in that first half, by half-time, I was worried for the Gunners. I really was. After that first half performance, it was really poor. But the way they picked themselves up and got it done, it's absolutely sensational so far. Been treated some really good goals tonight, haven't we? I mean, all 3 were a pick, especially the Trossard in the first one. Absolutely fantastic. That Trossard one felt like it was out of absolutely nothing. I know I've not been his biggest fan tonight, saying that he was struggling on that left flank. I think he was. I think he has been. I don't think that's it's a fair criticism, but the fact that he's kept going the way he has, here we go on the broadcast, showing the replay of the goal in the 74th minute. He just needed a yard, didn't he? Just needed that yard to move it out of his right foot. It's an absolute rocket. It is a peach. It's definitely a game to be watching in the highlights tonight when you do watch it back if you haven't already, because that goal is brilliant.
It's one of the only, well, maybe only mistake I think Sadiqi's made all game is that he pointed to Trey Hume almost to watch that. It's a great run from Calafiori first and foremost. Watch that run, and I think he got so distracted by Hume maybe not making that run that he, for just a second, as you said, made that run. That made the space of the Trossard. It's one of them where I think he's a great technical player. You can see what he's done there. I just think as a winger, he doesn't maybe have the pace, for example. So, but I think if you played a where Leslie's played tonight, I think Trossard could well easily play there. From I think that would suit his game a little bit better. But at the same time, by playing on the left, he scored that goal this evening. So at the same time, it will work itself out. And as you said, when you're depleted as Arsenal are, Trossard stepped up.
เอาไว้เพื่ออีก10 นาทีเว้ยเซนอลเรา
Need players
Yeah.
like him. We are back underway after Mukiele again took a bit of a fall and as I said, really took a bang on the surface, jumping up high for a header. Back underway in Sunderland, down to 10 for now. Mukiele, I assume, will be good to go. They'll be back on the pitch in just a few moments, and I think Arsenal just try and knock it around. Arsenal now, they'll be thinking, let's not make any mistakes. Mukiele back on the pitch and straight back to winning the ball. Rice didn't even see him come back onto the field. Counter might be on now. Ball over the top. Looking for Brian Brobby. Does well to bring it down. Can he do what he did a couple of weeks ago at Stamford Bridge and assist someone? Back to Sadiqi. Talbot. Sunderland will want to come forward. I think if anything, they'll be quite happy to maybe sacrifice throwing too many bodies forward and losing 3-1, let's say, but going forward and pushing for all 3 points, and obviously pushing for a draw. Left hand side it goes. Reynildo. Back to Hume. 84 minutes of pushing here. Still Sunderland 1, Arsenal 2. The underdogs took the lead, but then some great goals. As Nathan said, I think all 3 have been crackers, but a great one from Saka. Then to top it all off was Trossard's goal about 10 minutes ago or so now. Trey Hume. Ball into the box. Look at Reynildo. Heavy touch. Brian Bobby's there. Great save by David Wright. He doesn't know where the ball is, but he saved away there. Almost as a 360.
Right.
He's down with an injury there, but nearly a chance for Sunderland.
Very, very close. They can count themselves fortunate. Wright has come out brave. He's come out big, cat-like to jump down and block that. Just didn't sit right. Just that split second allowed Wright to get down and block the pass. The ball in was fantastic. Reynildo trying to take that. He's onside. Fell to Brobby. He wasn't scoring from there. He's trying to pull it back across, I think, to the back post where there was a man on mark. Credit to him for that. But Raya got down early. Almost. That was an almost chance.
I think as well, he's quite lucky to a degree. I know Gabriel was there to the ball, so he would have cleared it away regardless. But he's quite lucky maybe no one's there because he could have tapped. There was an empty ball, an empty net to tap in there, wasn't there? Really for Raya, but again, great reactions. I think the offside has been given, or maybe even a foul on Raya. I'm not too sure, but Arsenal have a free kick inside their own 6-yard box, so it's not a goal kick, obviously, because it was a good save from.
ระยะ
His assistant, Gabriel Hines, is
โอ้ยใจเย็นระยะ
United full back. He's been an important part of the backroom staff as far as Mikel Arteta has been concerned since he came in the summer. Probably once again battling and fighting against 3 or 4 Arsenal players. Marino back to Zupimendi. Say as well, I wasn't really impressed when he signed from Sociedad, but watching games like tonight, I've been really impressed by Zupimendi. He's sitting there, and he adds a bit more than, for example, when they had Thomas Partey, I thought, yes, he's a great ball winner, but can he progress the ball? Can he play those passes? Or when they had, for example, even when they had Xhaka in the team, yeah, he's a great ball progressor, but does he win the ball enough? Mendes, really, again, a lot of money, but a perfect player for Arsenal in that system. I'll bring Nathan in a moment. As forward comes Sunderland with a dinger down the left-hand side, fakes it a few times and cuts inside. Always knew where he was going there, was Yuri and Timber. Siddiqui picks the ball up, 4 minutes left of the 90. Will we have even more late drama? Ball swung into the box, headed away by Saliba, into the feet of Eze, and Arsenal, they're not going to get away with one because on paper, and in the game, they deserve this, but I think you just look at it and go, Sunderland will think they could have maybe done a little bit more in this game. I think a few step overs. Fizzes one into the box looking for Brobby, and now they're the ones pushing Arsenal back. Yeah, they are, and there's defending to do for Arsenal. They need to stay concentrated, that's for sure. They're going to be taken all away by Sunderland. We won't doubt that for an absolute second. But, I mean, it's a long throw coming in. It looks like substitutions are right. Mosquera, the former Valencia man's one of them. Gertrude is going to make way for Sunderland. So a defensive change for what looks like to be an attacking change. As Eliza Mayenda comes on the Spanish forward. So it's a defender off an attacker on. That'll push them forward. I feel like it could have been a bit sooner with that sort of substitution. Same with this one. Eberechi Eze making way. He's done well tonight. He maybe count himself unfortunate that he didn't get on the score sheet. A couple of chances on that left foot that didn't come awry, but he's going to make way for Mosquera. So it's a very polar opposite. It's a defender off for an attack for Sunderland. It's attacker off for defender for Arsenal. Tells you everything where we're at this stage of the game. Yeah, it's trying to see it out now where Arsenal are, though. So just a very Diego Simeone game so far. It feels like, doesn't it? Atletico Madrid there winning 3-1 as well. Another game that kicked off at the same time as us. Arteta, big hug to Eze there. Also, I think the Sunderland players have complained about Eze walking off the field and the referee Craig Pawson the entire time.
เอาเว้ยเพื่อนอีกไม่กี่นาที
Don't worry about it, he'll get added on. And Sunderland now have a long throwing opportunity. Can they grab an equaliser? Stadium of Light. Long throwing goes in at the front post. Brobby and Ballard are there. Headed back towards where it came from, and now Arsenal the space for a counter-attack for the Gunners. Saka gets it caught up in his feet, but gets the pass out to Declan Rice. He's still driving forward. Finds his captain once again on the right-hand side. He's going to cut inside, look to go for goal. Still going in the penalty area. Big tackle out of the back there from Granit Xhaka. Mr. Sunderland, isn't he? As you said, maybe the £7 money-wise signing of the summer, no doubt about that. Shows a lot of clubs that, well, I say clubs in the top six. Sunderland are in the top six, but clubs that are in the usual known big top six, whatever you like to look at. I'm sure there'll be clubs thinking, why didn't we take a punt on Granit Xhaka? Sunderland did that, and they've been repaid so far with what he's brought. Leadership, of course, he's a top player as well. Brought experience to the club. He's on the ball now, and he plays it wide to Dinger. Again, he's just always going. Every time he's going narrow and back into the middle. He's cutting inside every time with a Dinger, and it's making defending him a little bit too easy for the Arsenal defenders. 89 minutes have been played. We're into the 90th minute. A minute left of the allotted 90. In the first half, we've got 9 minutes of added time. We had a lot of stoppages in that half. We've had 2 goals, a lot of substitutions, not many stoppages at all. Maybe pushing 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time, would you say? I would say so, yeah, absolutely. Brian Brobby's gone down under Gabriel, and Rice is going for goal from halfway. The keeper's off his line. Good idea. It does sacrifice the ball back to Sunderland, but I mean, why not? There wasn't much in terms of options. But yeah, absolutely. 4 or 5 minutes is normally about right without anything, major. I was just looking, Xhaka getting 15 million from Bayer Leverkusen. I know he's at the last stages of his career. It's considered old in the football world. It's not in real life, outside the world of football. But I mean, on the grand scheme, I think it's an absolute steal. It's an unbelievable sight. He's been sensational tonight once again. 100%. We cover a lot of football. I mean, I look at teams are going to do for midfielder as we'll get 7 minutes of added time. I mean, I won't argue with it. I won't knock it at all, but I think we could have got less. I think it's a bit generous.
เอาเว้ยเลื่อนเหลือกี่นาที
Maybe
1 นาทีครับก่อนทดเวลาบาดเจ็บ
I'm not too sure. Long ball forward though into Mukiele. It's cleared away by Arsenal and celebrate at the back as if it's a goal. And again, you spoke about it, but this is a
เฮ้ยไหลยิงไอ้เฮียไม่ตรง
downhill, and it's an international break. You've got 2 weeks away from results, whereas you come back with this, you go into the international break on a high of how you've turned it around. You come back into the season, you're top of the table by a good margin as well because you picked up all 3 points. Mentally, this could be something that gets Arsenal over that hurdle and gets them into the next step of pushing for the league title, if you will.
Yeah, and the 3 games we mentioned after over the bridge of the international break, you know, Bayern Munich in the Champions League, North London derby at the Emirates, they go to Stamford Bridge. You know, they needed this tonight. Absolutely, take it into a good positive note into the international. I mean, it's only been nothing but positive for us.
โอ้โหโทษเวลา7 นาที
Every passing week and game week, you know, there was harsh talks about Mikel Arteta and his future. If he couldn't get it over the line this year, then there was question marks over his future at the club. I don't think that was from Arsenal themselves. That's just, you know, the chatter within the football world. With every passing week, you just get more and more believed into the fact that Arsenal may just do it this year. Yeah, 100%. And they go 9 clear after tonight if they get maximum points with Arsenal, with Man City and Liverpool to play tomorrow.
Yeah, it's perfect for them, really, isn't it? Because
against each other. Yeah.
Either one team does get all 3 points and the other one stays back, or a point apiece, and that's probably what they would prefer. But Arsenal in a really good position going into the international break. Some poor clearance and roofs intercepted by Declan Rice. Sunderland will come forward. Talby, we've played 2 minutes of the 7, 5 minutes to go of stoppage time. Xhaka is driving forward. Out to a Dingra on the left. Whips one into the back post. Huma's running onto it. Great header there by Calafiore. Declan Rice will pick it up in the middle. He'll go back to Xhaka. Arteta's on the pitch at this point. I'm applauding what Declan Rice did there. Great play from the former West Ham skipper. Talby. Reynildo. At this point it is approaching last chance saloon for the Black Cats. Xhaka is basically the furthest player back, so he can pick out passes and crosses out to a Dinger on the left-hand side. Is he going to cut inside again? Shock, he does. So they keep going. Plays a pass down the line. Back to Xhaka. Spreads it back wide to Talby on the left-hand side. He was a hero at Stamford Bridge. Could he be the hero this evening at the Stadium of Light? Back to Xhaka. He scored with that wicked deflection, but on Monday evening against Everton, could he be a hero against his former side? Nods it back to Siddiqui. Into Xhaka. Very far out, but I thought he might have let rip from there. Reynildo, ball into the box. Cleared away off the boot. A lazy leg from Saka. Ball fizzed in for Ballard. Knocked on into Brobby. Brobby's there! And Brobby's put it in the back of the net. Sunderland in stoppage time have their equaliser. The Stadium of Light erupts into celebration. He provides for Talby for a late winner at Stamford Bridge a few weeks ago. Now he is the goal scorer. Ballard knocked it on. He'll get a second goal contribution. Stadium of Light has gone absolutely raw because Arsenal thought they'd come back and won. There will be a review at this because there was a lot of pushing, shoving, a couple of players on the deck, but for now, 94 minutes on the clock, Brian Brobby grabs the goal for Sunderland, and it's Sunderland 2, Arsenal 2.
Can you believe it? Sunderland, credit to you. Ball comes in. Brian Brobby, what a finish this is. Outside the foot, acrobat, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Raya's coming for it. The question will be high boot. No, you can't give that for a high boot. Outside the foot, into the net. That has to stand for me. So Gabriel's head goes low for a diving header. His boot is near his head, but the head's gone down to the boot for me. The boot hasn't come to the net. That should stand, and Sunderland may have just grabbed the point at the end.
Well, I think you said as well in the first half, fortunately, it's a physical sport. It's a contact sport. Now, if Brian Brobby was looking at Gabriel punted it off his shoulders, it's a foul. Brian Brobby's and Gabriel, they're both going for the ball out. Gabriel can't believe it. But once again, I'll make this point, and it really does frustrate me that if the boot was on the other foot and Brian Brobby was defending Gabriel, and Gabriel put his boot in the same position, Gabriel would go, how is that? I'm going for the ball. It's exactly the same thing. It's exactly what you see a defender get in front of the man and go down, and the defender's annoyed that you've done that. You do exactly the same thing. Gabriel's got away with a lot of things in his time coming forward with crosses and set pieces. That might be one that Brian probably gets away with. I agree with you. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I understand Gabriel complaining, but Don't put your head in that situation. Then.
No, it stood as well. It's going to be 2-2 with 2 minutes to play. No one saw it coming. Absolutely brilliant. It's one of them that he's gone. Gabriel's gone down to him. It's not a foul. It's a correct decision by the officials tonight. That's brilliant, and it's 2-2. Looked like Arsenal were just going to coast this one out. Giving too much time across the ball in by Trey Hume. 25 yards out centrally. Why is no one closing that down? Falling his way. And it's 2-2. Brilliant game. Lived up to expectation.
I think it's, if I'm honest, you're right, but I think it's lived up to more than expectation.
Exceeded, definitely, yeah.
100%. Chelsea and Wolves, you've got a lot to live up to now. At the 8 o'clock, at least from our point of view. Arsenal are coming forward. 6 minutes of the 7 minutes of added time have been played. Saka swings one into the box at the back post. Calafiore's there. Marino blocked away. Corner will come up for Arsenal. Ballard with the block. What an opportunity it was there for Arsenal. But the big defender, right place, right time. First of all, great save from Calafiore's header from Robin Rose. Fell for Marino. I thought that was free too. But Ballard's there. What a block.
It reminds me of John Terry. You just put everything on the line for your
จบ
team.
เลย
You
อาร์เซนอล
just
โก
lobbed everything at it. Lobbed into it. That's a sensational block as well. I think he's man of the match for me with the starting goal we had. And then that block. But they've got a corner to defend.
You're right, it's a big but there,
Yeah.
isn't it? But Ballard, goal, assist, blocks a goal there. I think you're right, he would be my player of the match as well. But you are right, in swinger from Saka, the NFL-like routes are being made by Arsenal. Can they come up once again with an opportunity? Trossard back into the area. Headed away though, Rice with a slip of the boot there. Talby was nearly in, but credit to Rice, he gets back to his feet. That would have been a big opportunity. Arsenal clear there. Played 7 minutes. We had the goal in stoppage time though, so what, add about 30 seconds on, I would say. There's still an opportunity. I think Reggie said, don't attack, just take the draw. Take the draw, lads, calm down. A draw is massive, and yes, they had the lead and everything, but a draw is absolutely massive in terms of it, and I think it's all eyes on Craig Pawson. There might be a long throw-in coming up here for Sunderland, just here in the Arsenal half, but all eyes are on Craig Pawson of when he's enough at the stadium. Like, you'd love to see another 90 minutes of football of this, but I agree with Nathan, and I think the broadcasters do. You're spot on, it's as if they're listening, and Dan Ballard has been given man of the match. Maybe one last pump of the ball up though for Saka on the right-hand side. We're approaching the 8th minute and approaching the 9th minute of added time. I should say, great tackle from Reynildo to win it. Boots it long. Pawson has a check of his watch. Again, there was probably a minute or so, actually, probably a little VAR check for the goal. But it looks like Sunderland took the lead, Arsenal came back, and then Sunderland showed even bigger mentality than Arsenal maybe to come back and grab that equaliser. Ball into the box, there's a melee, but Rose comes away with it, and I think that will be that. I think he's just trying to make sure there's no one behind him so he can punt this ball far away from his goal as possible into the Arsenal half, and that is all she wrote. 190
จบเลยเพื่อนเสมอ 1-1
Ballard with a great strike to open the scoring in the first half. The Gunners fought back in the second with goals from Saka and Trossard, but then late drama, Brian Brobby with a goal in stoppage time to ensure his side pick up a point this Saturday evening. Full time at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 2, Arsenal 2.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck.
เรียบร้อยเพื่อนเสมอ 2-2 จบเลย
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether
จ
you're
บเลย
interested
เส
in
มอ
betting on the match
2-2
result, the first player to
ก็
score,
จบแล้วเพื่อนเสมอ
correct
2-2
score, double result,
นะ
total
ครับ
goals market,
ก็ซันเดอ
handicap
ร์แลนด์
betting,
นะครับ
or
เปิด
any
บ้าน
other of our
เสมอ
exciting
อาร์เซนอลไป
market,
2-2 นะ ได้ประตูจากบาลาดนะ แล้วซาก้ามายิงนาทีที่ 54 แล้วก็ทอสซา 74 แล้วก็บ๊อบบาเล่นะครับนาที 90+4 นะครับ ก็ทำให้จบกันไปเสมอ 2-2 อ่ะ วันนี้ไปก่อนครับเพื่อนๆราตรีสวัสดิ์ฝันดีนะ